hello everyone, and welcome to Fable Table, an actual play live stream focused on critical world building, collaborative storytelling, and finding the fun in games. We are continuing Song of the Ravenlands today, and I'm very excited because I've put a lot of effort into the next arc, and I'm just so thrilled. I also just had an amazing session with Millman and Coffee Traveler and a couple of new friends yesterday playing Blades in the Dark in the Ravenlands. The show is called The Grim Streets of Alderstone, and we had an amazing first session. After like spending an hour and a half talking about the world, the characters, and creating the crew, they decided that they were going to be cultists, worshipping not Rust, because Rust is the main god of the city they're living in, but they're worshipping none other than Worm.
Nice. All right.
That's exactly what I said.
Which is perfect because like months ago I told Brian, like, as Worm, yeah, I definitely have other agents elsewhere, and I've never written anything about that, and now we have them. So
I was sad I wasn't able to watch live, but I'll definitely be going back to watch the video now.
Yeah, I'm gonna be downloading and uploading and editing that on Friday this week. And I think I'm gonna try and cut it up so that like all the character and world building and crew stuff is in one video, in case people want to just like jump straight to the action. Yeah, but it was really good.
We got a little bit of the end of it, like some audio stuff, and all I recalled hearing was something about how like prostitutes were patching someone up who had been like gashed across the chest, and I was like, what is happening?
Don't worry about
Sounds sicker than anything we've ever done here. What?
it. Go to
Nick, I demand a increase of gashes and
I was
prostitution.
Like,
okay.
Nope, not happening. You don't.
Not in this
fair
one. Rip.
And in that order.
I don't know. Maybe the orcs have that kind of stuff.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Millman's character's vice is literally just cocaine and hookers, and I asked him like, so do you have a specific dealer and like a specific person you hook up with? And he was like, no, I like to sample life.
Cocaine and all hookers.
That isn't just his character's vice.
Yeah, I know, but I wasn't gonna bring that up, so
I'll do that for you.
Okay.
Cool. Andy, how have you been? You moved. Look at you.
I moved. I'm in a well-lit space now.
See sunlight.
Our washing machine exploded today, and that's it.
Well, welcome home.
Kent is a very nice place, and I have real internet, so you will not see me clipping through video anymore. Smooth sailing.
Woo. Excellent.
This is a massive jinx.
How are you doing,
Yeah.
Brian? You've had a lot of like work stuff over the last month or two.
It's been busy, and it's finally gonna die down-ish for about a month and a half.
Oh, good.
Oh, look at that megabits per second. I can see it.
That is nice. That is nice.
There you go.
Very nice.
Now it's gonna die down-ish, and then for like
Of course.
the second half of June and July, it calms a bit, and then it starts over again.
Wonderful. And Shannon, how are you doing? Anything going on for you?
Literally nothing. My life is like so boring. Being an adult is hard, mostly because of the monotony. I gotta be honest. I look forward to Wednesdays just to break up the boredom. So I'm ready to do a murder or solve a murder. So whatever happens tonight,
All right.
I'm into it.
Let's jump into it then. So y'all have wrapped up with the elves. You have helped Flo, in a sense, helped get some elven rubies in the process of regenerating their bodies. The elves are going to take care of planting those seeds in the ground and letting them resprout. And you're on your way to visit the orcs for a couple of reasons. One, you have a letter from Torvald Stormeye to deliver, trying to recruit them to the cause of attacking Whaler's Hold at the end of the summer, which is like 11 or so weeks away. We got plenty of time to talk to some of the folks you need to deliver these letters to. So that's reason one. You need their help. Two, some orcs seemingly stole one of the elder rubies a day ago, and you're following up on that for the Red Runners, trying to get that back. As you all you spent the night resting, after your busy day helping out Flo, running into the blood mists in another world. And seeing other strange places through the portals in the gazebo in the still mist. And you're well rested, you're ready to head out, and you all say goodbye. Is there anyone in particular that y'all would like to say goodbye to? Any interactions you'd like to have before you hit the road? Oh, someone is revving an engine outside.
Mostly, I just hope that Flo never ever gets the knots out of her hair. Like that's what I want.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she's
Cacophony.
gone. She took off.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's the only thing that really she's like hoping to like leave behind is just a little bit of chaos, a little bit of
Mm-hmm.
damage.
A little bit of damage. You damaged a god. Well done.
Yes.
Better than Wick would have done. Maybe. Any parting?
Oh.
Basil, any parting words with your mother, Tender Robin, leader of the Red Runners?
Basil is still, being a little chippy about everything, so I think he'll try and play it cool. And although he and Chives will definitely make new laurel crowns out of leaves from this little forest as a nice keepsake.
Excellent.
And maybe grab a flower off of that elf guy who's like passing into eternity, sitting on a log, who's got like moss growing all over him. I pick a flower off of that guy and add it to the crown.
Enjoy, my friend. And he
Thank
just
you.
continues to stare straight up at a tree. does not move his eyes at all.
Is it a faux pas in this elf community? This is Basil speaking to this person. Is it a faux pas in your community if I wave my hands in front of your eyes and block your view of eternity?
Oh, it's not eternity I'm watching, my friend. I'm just watching the seasons change. I've watched this tree grow and grow and grow from the point where I couldn't even see it. But I've been just staring at the sky, enjoying the clouds, the rain, the growth, the nature. It's all wonderful.
Right on.
Does he keep the bugs off of himself? Wouldn't insects eat him alive?
I'm sure he's okay with that. Are
Good
you,
point.
friend?
I'm great, thanks.
We just
Do the bugs
peel him
bother
off
you?
a log 500 years later. It's just been he's been cored out by
Termite.
Just a hollow man.
yeah. He's just flesh and like a ruby. God.
All right. Wick, do you have any final words with Cascadia, the of the Golden Bough, the Luceren's former lover?
Yeah. It'd probably be really short and be like, hey, apparently your friends lost one of their elders, so I'm gonna go get them back and be back here. I'll think about what you told me and have an answer for you when I come back.
I don't think it's me you need an answer for.
I'll still have one. I awkwardly offer to shake her hand.
It will shake your hand.
Okay.
Good luck.
Thank you.
And thank you for making an attempt to help our people. And she'll go back to like her herb garden.
Yeah. What is she growing?
Oh, there's all kinds of shit. It's
Okay.
mostly just like herbs over here. There's a patch where there are dandelions, and you can tell she has like a fresh one pinned to her cloak. There's like some fruit and vegetables as well. Elves gotta eat.
True. Very true.
Okay. All right. So you all depart and make for Galler Hall. We're going to undertake a perilous journey one more time. Can I have?
Do we have the food?
Do you have the food?
Do we have enough food to like make it there?
Yeah. I mean, go ahead and just like stock up on rations. I think there is a specific type of rations from elves. Let me look that up really quick.
Who's the bag of holding owner?
I have the bag of holding up right now.
Oh, that's
I
right.
think I don't think I
was
own it.
supposed
Though.
to
I'm pretty
level
sure
up?
that. Ooh,
Ooh, does
you?
anyone level?
I believe we did XP, didn't we?
Yeah, and then it's your level plus what to level up?
7.
Oh yeah, I should have leveled up.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Why don't you work on that?
Oops. Yeah, I'll do some research.
Okay. So you get 1 point in a stat, you get 1 move, and then you decrease your XP. If you increased your con, you increase your total HP by 1. And your current HP. Yeah, on the bag of holding, just add like elven bread.
how many?
Let me look it up. Ah, here it is, elven bread. They come in stacks of 7 uses at 1 weight. They're gonna give you 3 stacks of this, so you have 21 rations.
Jesus. Thank you.
Yeah, you bet.
Updated.
Perfect.
I'm wondering if I shouldn't just like empty my dungeon rations and my adventuring gear into the bag of holding so that I can like clear up some space in my gear section.
Might not be a bad idea. Oh,
Okay.
got a bot in the chat.
Ban
Oh,
Is it the one called Nick Bot? I see that one every fucking time.
oh no, Millman, or nope. Temer made that bot for me.
Ah. Well, thank you,
Botnik?
Timmer.
What was that, Brian?
Botnik, I think is the name.
Yes. Which is
I like
perfect,
it.
but I also am not like the biggest person, the biggest Sonic fan, so it's a little lost on me. Block.
Okay. Well then. Let's go see our good buddy Carnal.
Okay.
And hope he's not the one who got murdered. God, let it be Carnal. Please let it be
Rude.
Carnal.
Rude.
Oh. Yeah,
Okay.
anyone.
So I need to know who is going to be leading the way.
Yo,
Where is Undertake a Perilous Journey? There it is.
I wanna do a wisdom check. I'm feeling
Okay.
hot tonight.
So when you travel through hostile territory, choose one party member to act as trailblazer, one to scout, and one to be quartermaster. Everyone will make wisdom rolls for whatever job, so I just need to know who is doing what.
I will lead the way with Trailblazer.
Okay.
I can scout, and I'll get a perfect score. Unless I should be quartermaster with a perfect score to save food.
I don't think we need to save food. Shannon, do you want a quartermaster for this one, or do you want me to take it?
Either you or me. I have no, whichever.
All right, I'll roll the quartermaster.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm just entering the gear
Nice.
and stuff into the bag of holding right now.
Hey,
Sure.
That is a partial success.
that's the highest I've ever rolled through this.
You perform as expected for that. Okay, so you do really well with your rations. So let's see if the expected amount of time is 4 days. That's 16 rations. So that goes better than expected. So let's just say it takes 11. Do you mind deducting 11 rations, Merrick?
Yes, I want to not touch the bag of holding until Shannon's done.
I'm
Adjust
getting out
it.
of there right now. I added
No
my
worries.
2
Perfect.
rations to the gear. So okay, I'm out. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. I will
Um,
take care of deducting 11 rations because I have 5 and the bag has 6 without touching the elven bread.
yeah.
So we're good.
Okay. So, you all have a choice. I'm going to give you the option. You can either revisit. Oh my god, I've already forgot this guy's name. Melkar, the dwarven baker, who's got the like animated bread people. Or you can roll a new encounter.
Let's roll it. I'm feeling gambly tonight.
Let's do a new encounter.
Okay, Shannon, can you roll me a d6, please?
We'll
Hell.
go visit Melkar again after we start our sentient sourdough starter back in the hollows.
Don't roll that. Okay.
5.
That's the
I-
same thing. That's the same thing you all rolled last time.
Did I
Wow.
ruin everything?
No, because
Did I
Andy's
break
going to roll a d6 now, right, Apollo?
Who does?
So now Andy rolls a d6 so we can get something different. As we
Sure.
already did that one.
Sure. I'm just gonna go to the next one on the list.
Fair
Sounds
enough.
All right. So
Wait, I roll a d6?
no, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
No,
sorry.
just
I'm focused
hijacking
on
the stream.
Okay.
Listen to Nick.
So you all hike down the trail. You follow the path that the Ent took from the mausoleum where the Elder Ruby was being kept. And you can see that while the Ent had definitely made, some damage to the forest as he walked through, a lot of it has quickly like regrown in its place. So it's not super easy going. You're walking through the weeds and the brush. But it's a very clear path forward that you reach the mausoleum and pass by it and follow the path that Basil had taken to track the orcs who had stolen the ruby. And you find the old kind of overgrown road that is starting to see some new use. There's clear evidence that the orcs have been making use of this stone road that was probably made a very long time ago. You all would probably know that the dwarves, like many years ago before humans arrived in the continent and in the Ravenlands, that they had built like stone roads. Stone singers had made roads connecting many of the settlements on above ground. And during the blood mist, those did not see any use and are totally covered in moss and grass, or the kind of the elements have overtaken them in various ways. But this one is starting to see new use. So you get on the road and start heading, following this path that you're sure will lead to Galler Hall, since it is the path that the orcs took. You were unable to follow them before, but you're at least now able to follow them like a day or two behind them. And as you are walking on the road, it is, we'll say, let me make a roll to see how the weather is today.
Nice.
It is a pleasant, warm day.
Nice.
Not too hot. There's like a little bit of overcast. The wind is moving a little bit, gentle breeze. But overall pleasant. And There in the wind, you hear a slight squeak, and then something resembling a bark. And beneath a nearby bush, a tail is sticking out, and a puppy dog is watching you with large eyes.
Nick, is this a trap?
Aw.
I was gonna say I don't trust cute animals in Nick's
I
world.
never do. Exactly.
Aw.
I want to
So
discern
cute.
realities, Nick, before I lunge at this animal
Oh
to
my
give it a proper home.
Fuck
See,
off, John.
Coffee is gonna
I
crush
didn't mean
your nose out.
hostily.
I want to look at its cute, sad
Yeah.
eyes before I
gonna-
decapitate it.
Wow.
He's gonna lunge for pets.
In
okay?
hugs.
Oh my
He's
god.
gonna lunge for pets.
Okay,
Come on.
Wick, give
The
me
company will bring
give me a
death to you.
discern realities as you immediately jump to action.
Wow. Okay. Never mind.
You smell something foul in the air, and you're not quite sure what.
no. It's a demon.
Some poop. Fine.
It is not poop. Wick knows the smell of poop, and this is not it. It is much worse.
Mm.
Oh shit, it's double poop.
Double
Aw.
Stupid. I love it.
Hey there, cutie.
So
Merrick will kneel down next to the dog and take a closer look. Oh, it starts growling at me?
Yes.
I'll take
Yes.
a step back.
I'm growling.
Take a step back and slowly, stick out my palm. Just wait
Mm,
and let it come to me.
mm.
I smell something foul in the air. As you reach for the dog.
Merrick, give me a parlay.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Parlaying with doggos.
Parlay, parlay, parlay. There it is. 5.
All right. We're
Well, we're
leveling up
starting.
today.
We're
Starting out
farming.
strong.
Our XP for the day,
We're
guys.
planning for level 7.
And you hear off in the distance a stomp. Stomp.
Does the dog run away?
No. It hides more in the bush.
I will say, come. Something's chasing this dog. Let's go. Doggo, step behind me. And I will step forward into the bush to meet whatever comes.
Basil, what do your elf eyes see?
Basil and Chives both will just start climbing trees to look in the direction of the noise and see what they can find.
Stomp. Stomp.
Can I discern
Stomp.
realities as well?
I'm gonna let your 10 plus on scouting roll forward because
Okay.
Got
it.
this is the encounter.
Fair.
I mean the dog was the encounter, but so is this. There in the forest, you can see an elbow here, a knee there, a foot. Of some bluish gray skin with warts all over it, and then you spot it through some branches, the long black greasy hair of a troll. Stomp, stomp. The troll that stands at about 12 feet tall, not as big as a giant, but certainly quite large, is slinging a club, just a massive tree branch over its shoulder, and it's just got draped over its chest and its waist, just a tattered, wet, dirty, long cloth.
Are we judging books by their covers right now?
No. I'm just saying they are don't have a lot in the way of clothing.
I think
And
that
it's-
was a question in character. Cacophony.
I'm just saying, when we come across something that is this cute and something that is that ugly, I feel like there's something amiss. I don't know.
We're in a fairy tale where the dog's actually the bad one and that thing's actually the
obviously.
good one?
Have you not been paying attention, Wick? Obviously.
I hand her a throwing knife.
Andy, this troll's face is covered in blood, and it is holding something in its other hand, the hand that does not have a club.
Does it see me?
No, and it's just like, here, Poopy. Stomp, stomp. Looks around. Here, Poopy.
His dog's name is Poopy. I die. Oh my god.
Are we committing a homicide or not?
That's what I'm deciding.
I think this troll lost his dog, but I can't tell if he wants to eat it or not. So I don't know if I'm doing a mitzvah. I feel very conflicted right now.
Where are you?
He's cutting out. We have some high wind today.
I think Basil will drop back down from the tree and try and scoop up the dog and walk it over to the troll.
Basil, you can talk to animals, right?
I can.
Okay.
I have
He doesn't.
wild empathy.
Yes, you can speak with and understand animals.
Yeah, so I'm gonna walk up and scoop up the dog and say, "My friend, is this giant beast a friend of yours?"
The dog is like threatening you all, like the growls are a threat to you all, like leave me alone, don't hurt me, don't hurt me. And then when you hear the stomping, it's like, oh god, oh no, oh shit, oh, what do I do? What do I do? I can't go anywhere. And as you scoop it up, it's like, ow, 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 and you notice that its leg is broken.
No.
Please don't hurt me.
We're not gonna hurt you. We
Killing
just
the
want
leg.
to, well, unless you're like a secret demon, but then that's a separate conversation.
What's that?
Exactly.
Oh. No.
Good dog.
Thank you.
Very realistic what you just did there.
Way to sell it.
Well.
Way
Yeah.
to sell it as if you were a demon. Anyways, no, we do not intend to hurt you if you do not intend to hurt us.
I'm so scared. I'm so scared.
Who is this giant brute who's stomping towards us?
It ate my puppies, and it almost got me too. It crushed my leg. I managed to escape. Please, I'm so scared. Here, puppy.
Merrick, are you just gonna let the dog's leg be broken? You can mend bones. What are you
I'm
doing?
gonna leave the dog back in.
Basil
Merrick's
hadn't
arms.
said anything to me. All I hear is burp, 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 as he talks to the dog.
Yeah, but look at its leg, man. It's like out of its socket
Oh my gosh.
entirely.
I will reach over and try to cast Cure Wounds on the leg and try to heal it.
Okay.
What are the
And then-
chances that dogs are liars?
100%. Have you ever interacted with a dog before?
That's true.
All right, that's a success.
Wonderful.
All
Then
right.
I will heal the dog for.
I mean, the dog has 1 HP, so like whatever it
Well,
is.
he heals for 14, so it should be good.
You heal
This dog is
14
so powerful.
dogs. We measure our healing in dogs now, guys.
But I feel like this is going to end up putting me in a draw unwelcome attention or put myself in a spot, because I was trying to put myself between the dog and this troll, and now I've turned my back to the troll.
There you are. Stomp, stomp,
right.
stomp, stomp. And it
Uh-oh.
stopped like right at the tree. Ooh, excuse me. Wow, that came
Nice.
that came out.
You're really into the role play.
No kidding. Yeah.
There you are, my succulent little poopy. Oh, who are you there?
Did you fucking... Wait, no, I don't know this yet. Fuck you! Just shout out!
Oh, that's not the right way to greet a stranger. Gormold is offended.
What are you doing here, Gormold?
Looking for my supper, which you have found for me. Thank you.
Gormold, you don't want to eat this poor dog.
I don't?
No, I mean, look, looks like you've already had supper. Don't you want something lighter for dessert?
Dessert? What is dessert?
That's what you eat, something sweet, tart, after you eat something heavy and meaty.
Why would I want something sweet? Meat is best.
Have you ever tried it?
His eyes narrow. No, I don't think
No.
I have. You have something sweet?
We have this, like, was it like crisp bread? And have you ever had gin? Gin is amazing.
It is amazing.
I don't know what gin is.
I'm not sharing gin with this puppy murderer.
Oh,
pretty much.
by the way, it is fucking rank right now. I need everyone to make me a defy danger constitution, please.
No, seriously?
Yes,
Okay.
it's really, really bad.
Nice. We're getting closer, guys. It's every other session where I roll
Yeah.
shit.
Wick, you cannot you're not sure why, but like you if you are around this creature like this close, you are just going to be like that mechanical stunned, like you will be retching. So you need
I
to
run. I just
okay.
run away.
All right. Cacophony and Andy, if you choose to act, you will need to make another check. Or you can... No, that's not the consequence. You can act, but you're at a -1 penalty.
I did not mean to click that. Ignore
Okay,
that,
well, but you summon a demon and it attacks you.
please.
I'm kidding.
I wanted to look at my spells.
No worries.
I was gonna say I think Cacophony wants to like whisper back to Basil and be like, what the fuck is the deal with this dog? Like, because she didn't hear any of the conversation between the two of them. Like, do we need to like run away or what's going on? Is it a demon? Basil.
Sorry, I was reading up. I'm supposed to pick up spells right now with my level up, and I am reading
Nice.
up on the spell options. I'm trying to make this decision before it starts informing how I move forward in the story.
Don't worry,
I gotcha.
guys. I'll keep stalling the 12-foot ogre or 12-foot troll standing in front of my face.
Can you
Well-
put gin on dog and let me have sweet dog?
All right.
No.
I have an idea. I have an idea. I'm going to, now that I'm sufficiently away and hidden. Wait, do I need to touch the dog to do this? Shit.
He's away.
Oh, you're gonna cause fear.
No,
Cacophony wants to
I
spring
can't.
into action.
I want to turn the dog invisible and be like, what dog?
Perfect.
Oh my god. That would be good, but I think you need to touch it.
Can I touch it?
Can I turn it
He's trying
invisible
to
now
win.
that I have spells?
Is that
have
one of your new
spells now?
spells?
I don't know exactly how the gaining spells piece works.
Okay, all right. We will figure that out here in a minute. What
Okay.
move are you taking for your level up?
From mine is God amidst the wastes.
Ooh, nice.
Uh,
What is that?
oop.
God amidst
new
the
one.
wastes.
Lyric spells.
Dedicate yourself to a deity. You gain the commune and cast a spell cleric move. When you select this move, treat yourself as a level 1 cleric. Every time you
Nice.
gain a level thereafter, you increase your cleric level. So, level 1 cleric spells. Oh boy.
Would you like me to read them out?
Yes, please.
Level 1 cleric spells. You have Bless, giving somebody a +1 to their move.
Oh,
going
now
forward.
I found it. Okay.
Cure light wounds. You have Detect Alignment. Magic Weapon. Cause Fear, causing something to fear an object. Sanctuary, which allows you to create an area of safety where your healing is more effective. And Speak with Dead.
Nice.
So essentially,
So-
lets you pose 3 questions to a corpse, and lets you converse with it briefly.
So do I get all of those right now?
Yes.
Okay.
But you can only like have prepared 2 of them at a time at this point, and that will increase as you level up.
Oh.
We'll go
Okay.
over that later.
All right.
But right now you
So-
can have 2 of those.
Cacophony wants to spring into action and like try to confuse the troll by like flying up and around its head and like clawing at its eyes to like lead it away from the group.
Ugh.
Thank God someone decided to do something.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
That sounds to me like some sort of move. Why did the music stop? Awkward. I don't even know what music I was playing. Just play this.
I think battle music now.
Are we gonna fight this troll
Nope,
and
that's
kill it
not
in
the
one
right
hit,
one.
guys?
Hopefully I can lead it away and like I want it to chase me away from you
Yeah.
guys while you abscond with the cute doggo. Maybe take it back to the nice bread maker
Okay.
unless it's too far away.
Give me. Just give me a Defy Danger Dex, I think.
Ah,
That is a partial success. You stumble, hesitate, or flinch, the GM will offer you a worse outcome, hard bargain, or ugly choice. You can create some distance if you want, but the troll is going to snatch you and do some damage, and you're also going to be grappled.
dang it. Is that my only choice?
Or you can not lead it away, and it won't snatch you.
Are any of my compatriots ready to do battle, or should I?
Girl, I'm a fighter. I live to
Alright.
fight.
Oh, yeah,
Then
I'm charging in.
John
I
was ready
won't
to kill
lead
this
away.
dog, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm being gaslit in real time. I did not want to kill this dog, but now I
Alright.
want to, out of principle.
Then I won't lead it away, but I will try to do damage if I can.
I think that like you're flying in, but it is like swiping actually quite fast and swinging the club, and you can't find an opening quite yet. So like you can make a hack and slash, but there is a very real chance that it could hit you.
It says chat roles aid interfere only visible to me. Declare whether you are aiding or interfering and specify which character.
Yes, you could
channel point?
elect to aid yourself on this roll if you like.
I didn't roll it.
Okay.
Somebody else rolled it. It
Oh,
says
someone
it's only
did?
visible to me though.
I
Yeah,
don't-
it says show me.
I don't see it.
I
I
don't
see it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Dang
now-
it. It just says it's only visible to me.
I think you're lying.
I swear
think
to
you're lying,
God. How does this work?
Cacophony!
Hold out.
Use your bite! Peck attack!
You scratch. It's not very effective.
Oh, you know.
That is a failure.
If you level up,
Oh.
Scratch is powerful.
Okay.
Stand attack! Stand attack!
Damn it.
All right. So are you making a
taking-
hack and slash?
Yep, seems like.
All right. Give me a hack and slash as you like go in for it with the risk.
And then she dies immediately. It was so nice playing with you guys. This was so fun.
See you later.
Okay. You both deal damage.
If this were Vegas, I'd be a fucking king right now. This sucks. Okay, go ahead.
Hmm.
I rolled nothing but sevens.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your damage.
It's true.
That's not bad.
Nice.
That's
Wow.
pretty good. Let me find troll on this.
Guys, are you ready to
God.
watch me one-shot a troll?
Nice.
is this troll?
The troll stomps on Cacophony
okay, great.
for 117 damage.
Just
Alright.
kills you in one
Let me
hit.
just track this.
Yeah, pretty
thing's
much.
HP here real quick. Okay.
Okay.
So you deal 8 damage. Okay. It has Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So it is going to deal
8 million.
10 damage to you minus armor.
Dang.
Um,
Sheesh. Alright.
Its club has the forceful tag, so you just like get smacked, and you just go flying, like to the ground next to Wick. Like you go like flung because he had distanced himself. You just go
God, the
flying and you
stench followed
slide. You just slide on the ground.
Nice.
Who's acting
good.
next?
I'm gonna tag Wick and go, you're it.
Oh, you smell so bad! I will defeat you, foul monster! And I'm going to use one of my special abilities called Exterminatus. I speak aloud the promise to defeat an enemy, and I will do plus 2d4 damage against that enemy.
Okay.
Alright, then I'm going to cast a spell called Fireball.
Oh my god.
And obliterate him, if you do not mind. Here we go. Cast a spell.
Basil,
That's a-
Merrick, are you sufficiently backed up away from Fireball?
You said,
Sure.
wasn't
do, you
he
want me to
at the...
do you want me to roll for it? I mean, I was right up against him. So do you want me
Oh.
to roll for it?
I mean, like, there was, Cacophony, like, dove in and started, like, doing
Right.
a peck attack. What, would you have backed up, or would you have, like...
My move was going to be to defend the dog. So I would have probably backed up if Basil backed up, but I don't know where he's at.
I think I would have handed you the dog and then turned around, drawn a sword.
Okay. Wick, you cast the spell, but choose one. You draw unwelcome attention or put yourself in a spot. Take -1.
I'll do that.
Okay.
That seems fine.
All right.
I just want to roll. Okay, so this all ignores armor.
Oh, shit. Nice.
17 points of fire damage immediately erupts upon this creature. Do I kill it in one hit? Please tell me I do.
Can you roll me 1d4, please?
1d4?
Don't
I'd
roll a
love to.
4.
Don't roll a 4.
Okay.
I rolled a 1. The opposite. of
So
a 4.
trolls can regenerate, and I was determining how much it regenerated in that moment after it smacked Cacophony. But you whip out your blade and point it at this troll, declaring your intentions to defeat it, and you just animate erupt fire.
Just a beam of fire and light.
So, Basil, if we're being honest, you're probably standing there
close?
getting ready to attack this thing,
Yeah.
and fire just, like, lances past you and erupts on this troll. What do you do?
Soulsborne roll out of the way.
All right, give me a Defy Danger Dex here
to
to tumble.
not be hit by the fire.
Very nice.
Zoop.
Okay.
I do -4 damage to anyone else if I do hit them, by the way.
Oh, that's fair. That's a good point.
So it'd be like 9 -4, so 5.
It's a good way to officiate it.
Yeah. So you can take no damage, but let me look at your.
Set his clothes on fire.
Yeah. Let me see.
Chives is there menacingly, just immune to fire damage.
You can
He is
take
demonic.
you can take some damage, or your new flower crown that you just made in the Elven territory will be burned.
I'll take some damage because I think that's crucial to my God Amidst the Waste transformation as well.
Okay, take 3 damage for me, please.
Beyond armor.
Yes,
Minus armor.
this ignores armor.
Oh, because it's fire. Fuck.
All right. You light up this troll, and he is just completely cooked. His body falls to the ground backwards, and he's just straight up dead.
I just start puking, and now it's just shit-scented candle. Oh, God.
I will attempt to comfort the dog.
It is just quivering in your arms, Merrick.
Okay. It's okay, little buddy. It's gone. Wick, stop throwing up on my fucking shoes. Go over there.
I thought you were right next to the troll. I'm sorry. I can't see. I'm blind.
Good shot, by the way.
The dog like leans forward and like sniffs Wick's cheek.
This is sick.
I puke on it. I puke on the dog.
Jesus.
What? It eats puke. It's a dog.
Hey.
It probably likes it. It tastes like elven bread.
And the dog begins like squirming. You know, it is feeling a lot better now that you've healed it, and it's like, and it's fighting to get let go of.
Like, here, Basil. Can you say something to it? Comfort it? And then I will let the dog go in the direction of Basil, and then go over to Cacophony and try to heal her wounds.
I will pick up the puppy, hands under front legs, and just speak calming words to it and say, "He's gone. It's going to be okay."
I'm gonna go see if any of my puppies survived.
Aw.
Let me go. Let me go.
I think we should help you find your puppies.
Let me go. I need to find them.
Yeah, we'll follow you and we'll help you find them.
Okay. The puppy stops squirming, and like as you set it down, it kind of like starts sniffing the ground in the direction of the troll. It definitely stays like clear of the troll and goes around it to find a trail, but it waits for you, and waits to see if you will follow.
Suddenly, a beam of forest energy not visible on the human spectrum pierces through Basil's skull, and he feels the power of flow, and I would like to detect the alignment of this dog.
Oh my god. All right, do you
Oh
have
my
cast a
God.
spell on your character sheet yet?
Cast a spell. Boom.
Oh!
That's a 10. Well done. Can
Nice.
you
First spell ever.
Can you link
Give
me
me-
this? I don't know if we've ever done this before. Here,
Nope,
I'm also
I've not
gonna
used this
give
one
my
yet.
puppy some treats. Up. There's Nova.
Nova!
Good girl. Okay, Aurora, up, and Aurora. There you go.
Nice.
All right. When you cast a spell, choose an alignment: good, evil, lawful, or chaotic. One of your senses is briefly able to detect that alignment.
Whoa, what?
Yeah,
This spell's awesome. Merrick,
Yes.
why have you never used this?
it's great.
What?
Good.
What here is good?
Yo, sup? Nice to meet you.
I mean-
My name's Wick.
I
Am I
mean,
gonna see the party in different colors?
You're a
now?
murderer.
I'm casting this spell.
yeah. So this is so who is your deity?
Flow.
Flo. Oh God.
You just
Oh,
had
God.
a with
Wait,
Flow.
it's from her perspective of
Yes.
who's what?
Yes.
Oh no!
Ah,
Never
Um,
mind. I'll see you later.
Yes. The dog is just like it's so radiant you can't even look at it. Dogs are good. Dogs are the best people. Oh wow. Flo. Let me read my notes on Flo again.
Wouldn't we all be extreme evil then? Giving up the eyes of Flo.
I mean, she's not a fan of y'all. That's for sure.
I thought
Aloof
she was like
aloof
horribly ambivalent. Yeah. and
aloof goddess
Care.
affiliated with change in nature, water and wind motifs, rivers, wells, breeze, winter, revered mostly by the kin close with nature. Lore describes her aloof nature as having led to infrequent,
Oh,
brief, and
no.
curt interactions. Seldom does she stick around long enough to impart much wisdom, if relevant at all. Those who worship her admire this carefree attitude and aspire towards it, but others see it as lazy, scatterbrained, and irresponsible. Cacophony is good.
Did she set Cacophony up to die? What? I'm not gonna question it.
Cacophony is good.
And so are
She's
you,
just-
Basil, and so is Chives.
And you said the puppy is just glowing with positive
Yes,
energy.
It's very good.
Great. As the spell I don't know how long this spell lasts. It's not ongoing. So.
The scene.
As the spell fades, the laurel crown stops glowing and vibrating with a non-existent breeze, and I decide I'm gonna keep following the dog at a respectable distance in case it does come across puppy corpses and needs a moment alone to grieve.
Okay. Can you give me a hunt and track check, please?
Hunt and track.
Yeah. So you follow the trail to a makeshift lean-to. It's basically like a bunch of like branches and logs thrown over some really large stones, and it's not even a hut. It's just like a cover, and there's like a little bit of a cave here, and there is blood. There is definitely an area where some of this dog's puppies were eaten. And she like just starts sniffing around looking for it, and she's like, she like sniffs over in another direction, and she's like, I think one got away. This way. And she'll look for you to help assist one more time with another hunt and track check.
I was gonna say I'll hunt and track again.
Oh no.
Take XP.
Yes, mark XP. And the trail goes on, and the dog is just like, I can't find the trail. Can you?
I can't. I'm so sorry. I can't see.
Okay, well, I'm gonna keep looking. And the dog just... Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, the dog is just gonna run off.
I'm gonna command and send Chives to follow it for a little bit.
Okay. Chives takes off into the brush, trying to look after the dog. You head back to the party, where
Eric is totally searching through the lean-to as he passed his check against the stench. I'm gonna see what I can find in there. After I healed Cacophony for 13.
Hey.
Oh wow, well done.
It's up in the chat. You guys were talking. I didn't want to interrupt.
Oh, thank you.
I passed my roll and healed for 13.
Thank
Okay.
you.
You're welcome.
I'm better than new.
Let me see if there is some treasure here.
Basil is still like burnt and a little crispy in some spots and is looking over you like, can I have some? But I guess I can cure. Can I cure my own light wounds now?
Yes.
If you have that spell prepared. If not, I will absolutely heal you. But if you can do it on your own, I would love to see.
Because you said I take all of them, right? All of the first level spells.
You have access to all of them, but you can only have 2 of them prepared, like, and able to be cast before you have to commune with your god again.
So how do I mark them as prepared?
If you do the drop-down menu, there'll be like first, third, 5, 7, 9, and then right next to that is prepared. And it'll pop up and say spell levels prepared.
I literally don't have that option.
You don't have a drop-down menu?
I have a drop-down.
Oh, here
and it goes
okay.
rote.
It
goes rote, first, third, fifth, seventh, ninth, and then...
Oh, I need to add the first level spells to your sheet. Hang on one sec.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for your rotes, it doesn't show prepared or not because you always have them prepared.
Yeah.
Unless you lose them due to miscast.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Would you like
Sorry,
me
guys.
to heal you?
I picked a bad moment to do this mid-story.
Oh, it's okay. Would you like me to heal you while he looks for treasure?
Oh, sure.
Okay, I'll do that.
Oops.
Shannon's just trying to figure out a mystery in chat.
There really isn't much here. Like trolls,
Thank you,
there's
Shadow.
there's like some teeth, some fur. There's there's just not a lot here. They are not creatures of society.
Are they troll teeth?
Yeah, there's troll
I'm looking
teeth
for-
here.
I'm looking for something to bring back to Gower Hall. Troll teeth seem like something that they would want.
Sure. Yeah, there's like
Blood.
a tooth that fell out, a toenail that came off there. There's
That's
some
just
loose,
gross.
some
I'll
hair.
take the teeth. I don't know. The troll toenail might actually have like regenerative properties to it. I'll take the teeth and the toenail.
They're each gonna regenerate into their own troll. I'm kidding.
Yeah. XP farming time.
All
Just
right.
put it in a hole and cast spells on it until
Yeah.
we fail.
Okay. Wick insists that he's fine to lead the party, but he's like definitely got
I'm
an upset
crying.
tummy the rest of the way, and it is a little bit slow going.
Someone
Otherwise,
hold my hand. I'll lead.
otherwise you all would have made it on time, or ahead of time. But you make it there in 4 days. Okay, so there it is as you crest over a hill after a couple days of traveling. There is the town of Gallerhall once again sitting at the base of a mountain with forests and farmlands surrounding, and you make your way towards the front gate, which will be the west gate from this direction. This is the gate that you all went through the first time around. And there seems to be on the far side of Gallerhall, on the side to the east where the river is coming down from the mountain. They seem to be expanding. Like there are more structures outside of the city walls than you saw the last time. The farmlands have expanded. They seem to be doing all right out here.
Well, noble Inquisitor,
Mm-hmm.
lead on into your people's stronghold.
Basil immediately takes contempt at the destruction of natural area around this town.
Great.
I will give him a contempt token of mine.
Take
Thank you.
a contempt token, please.
I will lead us into the city.
Okay.
Searching for the Great Tower, trying to find Curator Embers.
Yeah, I mean the tower is super obvious because it's like all the buildings are 1, 2, 3 stories tall, and then there is just this massive, double-digit floors tall building in the center of the city, just sticking up like a huge sore thumb. So you all make your way to the west gate, and as you might recall last time, you were asked to leave your weapons at the gate. You're stopped, asked, your business, how long your stay is going to be, or asked to hand over your weapons. But a captain walks up and goes, "Do you know who that is, soldier? That is the Inquisitor." And they say, "Right this way, Inquisitor, and your friends too, please."
Thank you, good man.
The city watch looks super active right now. Like there's a lot more guards present than there was the first time around, and people look very nervous and busy. Like they are on edge here.
Should be.
And the captain says, "Did you receive the summons, sir?"
I pull my Rocky Talkie out of my pocket and say, no one has contacted me since I received this thing.
Oh, what is that rock?
It was given to me by Curator Starlight. A Rocky Talkie, he called it. They said that they would contact me and use it to summon me.
Oh,
if my services were needed.
I see. The GM must have forgotten about it.
Yes.
Well, we sent word
I've been on my
to.
sheet for months.
I see. How incredibly unfortunate.
Yep.
Yes, we sent a messenger to the Hollows not long ago. Yesterday, in fact. I'm surprised you came. Your visit is most fortuitous.
Who's talking right now? Just a captain?
A captain of
Captain
the
of the
City
Guard.
Watch.
What's that
Oh.
supposed to mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, you see, last night there was an attack in Galler Hall, and they like look up towards the top floor of Galler Hall, the building, and one of the curators and many others were killed by a demon that seemed to appear out of nowhere. And
Demon.
Horrible.
I was given orders this morning, and it is the morning. I was given orders this morning to escort you to Galler Hall as your services would be needed. Perhaps.
Wait, who died?
Which curator?
Oh, there's the dog again. Amorous Iris was slain in her chambers last night, along with many others who attempted to slay the demon. Nova,
Did they get it?
give me 1 second. I'm gonna look.
Demon
All right, while he's away. Nah.
Merrick Basil also forgot about the Rocky Talkie and is like, "What the fuck is that thing?" You know.
I don't even have a description of it. It's just supposed to go off whenever my services were needed.
Yes, Undulant Embers requested that I lead you to him immediately upon your arrival. Excellent. Follow me, and he will lead you to Galler Hall.
We will follow.
Okay. So,
Has Tribes rejoined us, by the way, or is he still?
Oh, yes. Sorry. He rejoined you not long after you sent him, and he's like, I was not able to keep up with the dog.
He just has a new skull on his other horn.
Oh my god, John! So dark.
One's a bit smaller than the. Okay.
No.
You're the worst. You're
Wow,
the
everyone,
fucking
cacophony
worst.
was at the loss of life of a real person. I leaned backwards and muttered to myself, we were only a day behind those vagabonds, the pilgrims.
We're gonna say that you were. Well, here's the thing. They had a cart.
If anything, they'd be even slower. We should have beaten them.
Nah. Beasts of Burden move faster than humans, don't they?
Is it a self-propelled cart?
No, they've got horses.
Oh, well, if they sprinted away on horseback, that's different.
Yeah, that's what they did.
It's an
Never
off-road
mind.
Okay.
high velocity.
I
cars.
didn't know the orcs invested in cavalry tactics.
Oh boy.
They are highly intelligent. We go to the tower and see Curator Embers.
Yes, I will. I've got some text here to read. Okay. So, as we know, Galler Hall is a massive skyscraper of a fortress that combines kind of library, museum, academy, capitol building, and castle sort of all in one. There are dozens of stories within, above and below ground. The building is made of stone and wood, and it is ornamented with banners, metalwork, and many chiseled designs. As you experienced last time, there are many floors with librarians sitting at circulation desks, dozens and dozens and dozens of stacks of books on each floor, meticulously kept in circulation, records on scrolls, books, artifacts, etc. There are meeting rooms and quiet study spaces, but generally, like, the main floors are all very open air and transition within one another. There is a very reverent feeling as you've been in this building before, but everything is like very still and quiet. Normally there's like a low murmur of chatter, people quietly talking, sharing information, talking to the circulation desk, but it is pretty silent and very sober in the space. As you scale the floors, the tone kind of continues to shift, more and more sober, and it becomes each floor has more and more orc soldiers in gray robes, and you reach a point where there's a floor with a lot of people on it, lots of people talking very loudly, like being stopped by guards like who are preventing people from moving up to the next floor, and you are very near the top. Is there anyone you recognize? Not quite yet. You reach a point where an entire floor of the library is just completely tossed. The stacks are just like knocked over in the center, near the stairwell. There are like bodies with blankets, like laid over them, soaked in blood. Paper is just spilled everywhere. Scrolls and books burned for a few feet from knocked over sconces, and huge claw marks in the walls, banisters, furniture, and presumably under the sheets covering the bodies. There are dozens of mundane weapons lying around. And there is standing near at the stairs to the next floor up is a very well-dressed orc in purple robes, who, if we face cast them in a show, they would be played by Idris Elba, and you recognize them as Undulant Embers, Curator of the Arcane for the orcs, who you first sold a demon to, or sold your first demon kill to. They are standing there surveying the damage with several other orcs dressed in purple robes. You definitely get like the vibe from Star Wars of like those red armored dudes, like the elite, apprentices, basically.
Elite troopers.
Yeah.
The Imperial Guard.
Yes. Yeah.
Guards?
Yeah. So the guards are dressed in like gray robes, whereas like the people behind Undulant Embers on the stairs are also dressed in purple robes. He, unlike all the other guards, he looks very analytical and not very somber. And he turns to face you all after addressing some of the orcs next to him. He says to them, "You all made me proud, my apprentices. You clearly kept your wits about you and used your training to stop the fires before they spread, and preserved a lot of knowledge today. And certainly saved a number of lives, especially you, Plum and Palm." And he addresses the one standing closest to him at his right. Your studies paid off quite well, recognizing silver as this demon's weakness. It's a shame there were no silver weapons on the floors above, and no one with your studiousness. Anyway, attend to your duties, as our guests have arrived. And he turns to face you all. And he says, Inquisitor Merrick. I sent a summons, just in case I was wrong, but my scrying suggested that you would be arriving today, so I didn't bother to reach out to you on your walkie-talkie.
Time-saving measure. We have been summoned.
Yes, indeed.
What happened here?
As you can see, a demon appeared at the top of Galler Hall and has done quite a bit of damage, slaying one of our curators, no less. and destroying much knowledge and many lives. You may not be aware of this, but as Inquisitor, it is your sacred duty to investigate some matters, as there are several questions that beg answers. And this murder, all of this death, wouldn't be as straightforward as it seems. We believe the demon was summoned here. And
That's when a demon show up at the top of the tower.
Indeed. As you know, we don't keep live demons in the building, so the only way I could understand that happening would be magic. There are enchantments to protect demons from entering the building from the exterior, and would have prevented the demon from leaving, hence why it decided to move downward through the tower, rather than flying off or climbing down the exterior. Turned out to...
What happened to the demon?
He leads you up to the next floor, and there is a corpse of a demon lying there.
What floor are we on?
You are now on the top floor.
So...
No, you're probably 2 floors from the top.
Okay.
It has wrecked 3 floors on its way down.
So how many floors are there in total of this place?
I'm imagining
Like
between
20?
the above ground and below ground, probably 3 dozen. It's ridiculous. It is insane. This type of thing shouldn't exist.
Okay, so it appeared at floor 36, died on floor 33.
Yes.
All right, continue. Oh, excuse me, Mr. Embers. I'm Wick, boy genius. We met. Boy detective, I mean.
Yes. I've already gone ahead and processed the paperwork. You, of course, Merrick, have authority to lead an investigation, which we'll discuss more soon. But I've also prepared for the rest of you, and he begins to hand out badges.
Oh, hell yeah.
You all
I'm deputy.
will be
Deputy Wick
deputized
Moss.
as deputy inquisitors.
Chives
Reporting...
gets one too, right?
Yes, Chives also gets one. Reporting
Excellent.
directly
180.
to Merrick.
Yeah. Yeah,
Is that going to be a
Mr.
problem, Mr. Wick?
No, of course not. I was just going to ask my new master and boss, Inquisitor Merrick here, to ask you if all of the eyewitnesses are still in the building, or if they left. Has anybody left the building?
Yes, and he just like shoves a piece of paper against your chest. There is a list here prepared with notable persons of interest, and I'm going to go ahead and move us onto a new map.
Shit. Oh, man.
Oh, hell yeah.
Arnold is a suspect. He's going down. We're framing him, guys.
Okay.
Our day has come.
It's finally happening.
Okay. So, he says, so, you certainly will be able to observe much of the damage on our way up to the scene of the crime. Yes, Coffee, thank you very much for your help with this map generator. It actually really helped me generate the map for this game and for the Grave Streets of Alderstone. So,
Nice.
this orc, Undulant Embers, is going to keep a very calculating gaze on the lot of you as you climb the next 2 floors, each with a similarly horrific scene, until there, on the 3rd floor of destruction, he leads you down a hallway. I think you've been up here before, but he leads you towards the chambers of the curators. Down a hallway with scrapes and scratches all along the walls and floors. There are a series of additional hallways beyond, which your guide explains are the living quarters of the rest of the curators, as well as their stewards. But he turns left at the first chamber, the chamber of the recently murdered curator, Amorous Iris. The door is there is no door. It is laying on the ground before you, out in the hallway here. So it was exploded from the inside, or Ben Barslift gated from the inside to the outside. All right. Let me.
That can't be repaired quickly.
No, most certainly not. You enter the room of someone you immediately know had an appreciation for the finest art. Along the walls and set on the bookshelves are the best of many crafts from all of the kin of the Ravenlands. Surprising pieces of this collection include tools of less sophisticated creatures like the whiners or the lizard folk. No, lizard folk are intelligent here. I forgot to rewrite this one. So less sophisticated creatures like the whiners, in addition to the finer objects that you would expect: ornate glass mosaic windows, decorative paintings, sculptures, carvings, and flowers. This incredible collection provides a reflection of the acquired taste of its resident, the curator Amorous Iris, whose body lays before you on the floor near the back of the room, in front of a desk, cabinets, and bookshelves. Next to Amorous Iris is what appears to be a scorch mark on the stone floor and serrated scratch marks. The physicians will arrive soon to take their bodies away to conduct their autopsy, Undulant Ember says. He is referring not just to Amorous Iris, but also to another body in the room, who you would have immediately identified as Carnal.
Arnold's dead?
Carnal is dead.
He's gone.
I take a knee. I look distraught, but in secrecy, I am overjoyed.
Andy, you're muted if you said something.
Uh-oh.
There we go. Sorry.
I was about to say, are you frozen again? No, new internet. Come on.
No. Basil will gruffly and politely say, may he rest in peace. But when no one's looking, take some dust over his body.
Jesus Christ! I have
You did
never
not know how
experienced.
much we hated him.
I have never experienced so much contempt for a character that I loved. Not
Now,
even
listen.
the big bad evil guys.
He was a good character, but a first impression is a lasting impression.
Yeah,
and he
clearly.
peed on me in our
He
literally
peed on
first
us.
episode.
He was
So-
ungrateful. Which is
Wow.
even worse. All right,
Wow.
hang on.
Cacophony,
Before you
wants to say her piece and just look,
do it.
what's his face, Umber's dead in the eyes, and just say, I never liked him. And then and that's it. And she's just going to walk away.
Rest in peace. You will not be missed.
Yeah, he has no facial reaction. He's just like, and like,
Okay.
yeah.
Just full Idris Elba then?
Yeah, yes, he is full Idris Elba, especially Idris Elba in The Harder They Fall, if you've seen that on Netflix, which is very good.
Nick,
Yes.
stop plugging Netflix shows. I have to ask about these bodies.
Let me finish my thing, and we will get to the questions because we're gonna have a very formal structure for asking questions.
It's Carmen Sandiego time.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Carnal lies on the right side of the room with a huge rend through his chest and massive slash marks over his body, which has fallen backwards, face up. Behind him is the shattered remains of a full-length mirror and slashed remains of the frame that held it. Claw marks appear in the stone wall where the mirror once stood. There are claw mark scratches all over the room and several slashes too. Most obviously there are some on the right side of the room. There are marks where the mirror stood and through Carnal's body. Scratches in the stone floor and rug. There's just scratches near the room's entrance. There are slashes in the stone door frame you came through. And the door is in pieces, very finely cut, like it was chopped or sliced in several parts. You saw many more claw marks throughout this floor and the floors below among the destroyed facilities. It is in the back half of the room where Amorous Iris's body lays. 3 stab wounds in her chest, eyes wide open, face in a slumped but shocked expression. She lies there in her blood-soaked curator's robes, magically colorful except for, of course, all of the blood. They are patterned. The robes are patterned with like different color, like horizontal bars, a lot like the 4th Doctor Who's scarf. Plugging yet another show. Blood pools under her body on the stone, undisturbed except for a few spots where it appears the blood has been smeared around the edges of the pool. The texture of the blood looks in those spots looks like finger painting. And there is a dagger on the floor among the stab wounds. There are also thin slashes on her arms. And I am happy to like copy paste all of that for you all.
Upstairs.
Cool.
What's that?
Do it.
Thinner slashes than the ones in Carnal's room.
You mean in Carnal's body?
Yeah.
Yeah, Carnal's body wounds match those around like the walls. He's got huge gashes and slices.
Sure, but you just said thin slashes, so I thought you meant like a different claw.
Amorous Iris has thin slashes through her arms, but she has 3 puncture wounds in her chest.
Got it.
Hers. We'll get to questions, but I appreciate the like. I'm happy to clarify the details as I am reading them, but specific questions we'll save for the turns. Okay, so Undulant Embers walks over to the desk, finds a couple small pieces of cotton paper, and begins writing on them. Oh no, he's already handed you the suspect list, so never mind. He's going to say, this is your investigation, most certainly. But many believe that Carnal was the one who summoned the demon, and then was killed in the process. And there are others who believe that it is Amorous Iris's former lover, Buds of Spring, who was recently arrested for... Well, anyway, I will leave it to your investigation. There are other suspects and other people of interest, of course. Ether Rose, Carnal's former significant other, was working on this floor that night and was the first to experience the demon's assault through our beloved Galler Hall. If you have other questions, I'll linger about in case you have any. But I leave this to you, as it is your decreed right and duty. Okay.
All right.
So, the way that this whole thing is going to work, and I have kind of based this whole thing around one of my favorite board games, which is Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective. We're gonna solve or go through this mystery as a turn-based game. On each round, you as an individual character will decide where you're going to carry out your investigation. We have this map here with a list of locations and a list of suspects. Most of the suspects are at a corresponding location. There are locations that also have stuff and people that are not on the suspect list or the people of interest list. Each turn or round is going to represent a couple of hours in game time. So a full day is going to consist of four rounds. As you kind of like move about the city, take time investigating, meet up, compare notes, etc. Galler Hall is a big city with thousands and thousands of orcs. So as you go, you'll investigate, you'll ask people questions, and at the end, when it's time to wrap things up, and I will explain when we are going to wrap things up in a bit, I will ask you a series of questions about the case, including who killed Amorous Iris, what their motive was, and there's a couple other questions. And for each question that you all answer correctly, you will get XP.
Oh shit.
Rolls during this case, though, if you fail a roll, will not award you XP.
Okay.
And I'll explain why in a minute. So how do we figure this all out? In front of you is this map of Galler Hall, marked locations and people. Every turn, you can decide which location you're going to. You'll always be able to find something interesting, if not necessarily useful, at a location. But the more of you that go, or the better you roll, the greater the chances that you'll find something very juicy. If you group up, however, you will be able to cover less ground. Because we have a very finite amount of time to complete this investigation. Having been deputized, you all have been given authority to go places and ask questions. Citizens are expected to be helpful. You've been given a starting list of names and potentially relevant individuals and locations, but the city obviously has a lot of additional people and places beyond this list. Yeah, so like if you have ideas for other people or places you'd like to talk to or go to, like we can make that up and I will find ways to make that interesting and helpful. But some locations and many locations will have something to do with what's going on and what we're investigating. But some of them will have information that is not specific about the case, and there is other stuff going on. So some of these names and places might be total dead ends. You're welcome to ask to talk to people and places not on the list. I already said that. So first, unless someone has like an objection, I think it makes the most sense for us to like have the first round here and all of us be together for this first round.
Fine. I do have a request.
Yeah.
Should we take our break?
Yeah, I'm gonna finish explaining and then we'll take our
Okay.
break and then get to our first round. So after the first scene, you all can decide who's going to go where, who's going to group up with who, or if you're going to divide the party, which is fine. Keep in mind that there are NPCs who will respond differently depending on who is talking to them. And the way that this is going to work is wherever each of you go, you get to roll 2d6 plus the number of people, the number of additional people there. So if you all stay together as a group of 4, it's 2d6 plus 3. Or if you split up to 2 and 2, those would each roll 2d6 plus 1. Just like in Dungeon World. On a 10 plus, you get like super juicy information, and I'll basically reveal a lot of big stuff to you. And you'll get to ask three questions per person. On a 7 to 9, each person gets to ask... Oh, wait, hang on. Nope, I think I fucked that up. On a 7 to 9, every player at the location can ask me a question, which I have to answer truthfully. So examples could be, does this person seem like they know more? And if so, what do they know? You could ask, how long ago did something happen? Or could person X have gotten from point A to point B in that much time? You can ask me about the relationships between characters. You can ask me if a person was in a fight or if they have a weapon. Some questions that you want to ask might require knowledge that you don't have yet, though. In which case you'll need to like go into town or go somewhere else and get that information and then come back. But you all are like, the way I want to simulate this is you all are cool detectives. And so like, just tell me what you want to know and we'll figure it out. And maybe like, I'll just ask you how you're like looking around for information, or I might just tell you what you find out and we can figure out how you learned that. You also still have your abilities. So like Basil, you can track people and talk to animals. Cacophony, you can fly, and Wick and Merrick, you can detect magic. Like, so definitely bring that kind of stuff up if you feel it would be helpful. So in addition, on a 10 plus, in addition to being able to have each person ask me a question, I will reveal some really juicy information that will come on top of your questions. So that is what this is going to look like. If we have any other questions as we go, yeah, we'll just figure it out as we go. And the one other rule is if you flop and roll a failure, You could spend a second action at a location, and if you spend a second action at a location, I will treat that as a 10+.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
All right. Cool.
Well,
So
Sweet.
we'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, we will play
It's hard-boiled detective.
Merrick the Inquisitor, Inquisitive Detective, and his friends too. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Always Be Stealing. Coffee Traveler in the chat has declared his love for this concept of an episode, and I'm thrilled. So, where did my screen go? Undulant Embers is going to explain that because political tensions are super high right now, and because their society needs to move on quickly, you all have one day to make a recommendation to the rest of the curators of who they should sentence. And they Undulant Embers is just like, we plan on pursuing a execution for whoever killed our beloved Amorous Iris and Carnal and all of the others, of course. Whoever summoned this demon needs to be brought to justice.
fair.
So, please, by tomorrow morning, be prepared to present your findings. And that will represent me asking you all the questions.
Okay.
Please give us a moment to confer,
Of course.
if you will. And then we'll come to you with any final questions and begin our investigation.
Yes, I will wait right outside in case during this particular round you have questions for me.
I will gather my team around and say, all right, let's decide what we want to do, who we want to ask, and how we want to split ourselves up. And let's always remember that our goal here is not just to solve this mystery, to find that missing Elder Ruby and come up with whatever advantage we can to bring the orcs to our side. Success here can mean an ally in our war at Whaler's Hold. What are your initial thoughts?
How difficult is it to summon a demon? Because Carnal was kind of an idiot, no?
It's obviously not carnal.
Right. But it's best just to if he's on the suspect list, let's just knock him out real quick and say,
Well, that's a good
would he have
point.
been capable of
Who?
summoning this demon?
Who put him on the suspect list?
So just to clarify, this is a persons of interest list, not a suspect list. But you'll note that he has suspect next to his name. You're right. And good call. So here, actually, he would probably talk about these suspects. So he'll share with you all. There are many who believe that Carnal used his position as Amorous Iris's steward as an opportunity to kill her for whatever nefarious purpose. There are many who Carnal told about his adventures nearly being possessed by a demon. And some even believe that he, in fact, is or was possessed by a demon. And there are many rumors about his affiliations and experiences with demons while he was out beyond the city walls. It was something he talked about quite often and sought compassion for, but I don't think he quite hit his mark.
Okay.
I, for one, don't believe that the fool could converse with a demon that wanted to be his best friend.
All right, go back outside. Before. We're still conferring.
I believe I explained to you Buds of Spring. There is also an elf that we caught in Galler Hall the day before, who was sitting in our dungeons. And finally, there has been a number of thieving episodes, situations around the city, and particularly within Galler Hall over the last week or so. Identifying that thief would be helpful if it comes up in your investigation.
For free, what did if it can't be for free, don't answer it. What did Amorous do? Like, what curators are like their political figures, right?
Yes.
But did they have like a specialization?
Yeah, each one, like anytime a curator is elected, they kind of either are elected because they're like really involved in the community at something in particular, or they figure it out. Like we'll actually get to that because one of the curators doesn't have a specialization, but Amorous Iris is the as you can see over here in this list. There's Undulant Embers, the curator of magic, Patient Roar, the curator of commerce, Witnessed by Starlight, the curator of education, Moonlight is a new curator, and then Amorous Iris was the curator of arts.
Okay.
Yes.
When we say new curator, does that mean like today?
No, no.
Okay, I was about to say.
Okay. So, and Buds of Spring, you were kind of hush-hush about that. That was Amorous's main squeeze, no?
Yes, there's a lot of recent events around him. I won't prime your deductions. I'll let you ask your questions during your rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, you've kind of gotten the base information from this scene. There's, of course, a lot of juicy details to share here, but I'm going to need a roll. So at this point, it's going to be a 2d6 plus 3 roll, since all of you are here to assist whoever's taking the lead.
Who wants it?
Yeah.
What are we investigating with this 2d6 plus 3 roll?
It's whatever you want. It represents, like, your effectiveness at investigating the room. So again, if you get like the 7 to 9, you each get to ask me a question, and if you hit a 10 plus, you'll get juicy details on those answers, and I may also share other stuff with you.
Did I hit enter?
Yeah.
What are we investigating though?
That's a 12.
Pretty good.
That's a 12. So that is a 10 plus. So let's start with each of you asking me just kind of like a question about the scene. Like, you can ask about particular stuff. You can ask here. I'll also repost the kind of explanation. I probably should have done that earlier. I can also just go over it again if you like. Amorous
Copy
Iris.
paste whatever you feel is necessary.
Okay.
We do have limited time.
Right.
Who's asking the first question?
I'll put it in cast chat.
I know what I want to do first.
Mm-hmm.
So I can always go. But I also feel like I always know what I want to do first. And then hog the spotlight. So if somebody wants to supersede me, now is the time. If you need me to go, so you can have time to think, though, that's also fair.
I have some questions that I know that I want to ask, but like, do I need to roll also? Or
No. You all like collectively hit the 10 plus, so each of you gets a question and juicy detail.
Nope. All right. I guess what I would like to know is who was next in line for Amorous Iris's position, if not Carnal, because we all know Carnal wasn't going to take over as her steward.
Yeah.
So like or is the position that she was in like the highest she could go? Like, what's the hierarchy is really what I'm asking.
Yeah, okay. So what is the hierarchy is free. And so I think your question will be kind of null, and you can ask a different question if you like. But essentially, when the Alder Wars broke out, and this was explained to you, I think, the last time you all visited, their god Clear came down and was like, "Yo, you all are taking forever to make decisions. You're almost as bad as those elves. You need like specific people to make decisions for you, because as a cult you can't make decisions about war as a culture. Like, you can't sit around and debate that philosophically. Like, that is going to lead to your end. So I am putting these 5 curators in charge. They are your leaders. They will make executive decisions. And so throughout their history, the orcs, whenever a curator has died or stepped down or been incapacitated, the rest of the curators will nominate and debate and elect into their own body.
So no one's an immediate shoehorn, or
Maybe not,
But
maybe so.
there is information there to be gleaned, if that is the question you want to ask in this room, Shannon. But that is more of like a general question you could get at other locations. I'm going to encourage you to like focus your questions in this particular scene on the crime scene itself.
Yeah. Okay.
do you want me to go?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Okay, Nick, you said I
Yes.
can cast spells and stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and cast Contact Spirits.
Okay.
So I can just ask her who killed her. Can I do that, Nick?
So
It's not
I'm
admissible.
I'm
Do
gonna
you
I'm gonna
remember
give
my
you
spells?
I want to reward that because you have that ability, and I'm gonna allow you to make a follow-up question. So you attempt to contact spirits. You call upon the spirit of Amorous Iris, and no spirit comes. You attempt to call upon the spirit of Carnal, and no spirit comes.
What?
Their spirits are gone.
Ben, can you post your spell?
Yeah. There you go.
Do I still have the level 1 cleric moves, and is Speak with the Dead substantially different?
Can you link me Speak with the Dead?
You didn't add it when you gave me my
Sorry.
I have it, and I can link it if you would like. I'll do that right now.
Sure. A
Never mind,
corpse
these-
converses with you briefly. It will answer any 3 questions you pose to it to the best of the knowledge it had in life and the knowledge it gained in death.
Okay.
To me, that is different than trying to speak with a spirit, because a corpse is a brain, and a spirit is a soul, and their souls, I guess, to sort of answer your question, Wick, is their souls are destroyed.
They were consumed, maybe?
They were consumed.
Ooh.
Demons do that? I only know of one.
Okay, so you have a follow-up question. I am allowing you a follow-up question to this.
Okay, obviously the dagger stabbed the person since they were not mauled to death by the demon.
Yes.
Do the dagger wounds match with the dagger?
Yes.
Because the only thing... Okay.
Yes. The wounds on her arms, Amorous Iris's arms, I said there was like thin slashing. It looks like these are defensive wounds. She was blocking the knife, and then she was stabbed with the knife 3 times.
Okay. So
Whereas-
it wasn't like a Veiler's knife that...
No, it is a
Consumed
plain
souls.
knife.
Okay.
It is mundane. Okay,
How the fuck do you destroy a soul?
great question.
You eat it as a demon that exists in other planes.
I don't think they can. I've never heard of a demon eating somebody's soul.
Well, maybe we should see what the corpses have to say.
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea.
I'm just gonna point out that you literally have someone in the party who doesn't have a soul.
Fair.
So, like, there is precedent here.
Very fair.
All right. Should I cast a spell, Nick, or?
Yes. Give me your cast a spell, please.
Womp.
Okay. I'm going to let you ask this corpse one question.
Oh, so I shouldn't mark XP.
No.
No,
we are
don't
we
mark
are
XP for
specifically
nothing.
not marking XP for failed rolls.
This is the corpse of Amorous.
Okay.
And I am asking,
Who killed you?
Departed One, recount for me everything you remember in the last minutes of your life.
That's not a question.
Could
And
you?
you?
No, that's a yes or no question. You're asking.
Yeah, that is a yes or no
shut up.
question.
Who killed you?
God.
Who ended your life?
Okay, who killed you? Okay, you're going for the big one. Let me grab my
Who
sequence
done
of
it?
events list.
Who done it? Yeah.
Who done
Remember,
it?
guys, we need to find out the who and the why.
Of Amorous.
Many things to figure out.
Yeah, but we gotta start somewhere.
I already wrote down who I think did it and why, but
Damn.
without
he's
knowing
figured-
anything,
You're already
just-
jumping to conclusions.
I'm wildly speculating.
Shannon
right
is
now.
Shannon is
Absolutely.
playing Shannon's playing Clue, and she's already thrown away her little notepad. She's already grabbed the envelope in the
100%.
middle.
Yes, Brian. It's like you're in my head right now. So I was like, okay, I need to write it down, put the envelope away. Like that's what I was literally thinking. Okay.
Carnal came into the room with another orc. The orc put a knife to Carnal's throat, and the body, like, okay, I should back up. The body, like, kind of trembles and shakes, and then it just, like, sits up and looks at you with, like, a completely blank stare, like, wide-eyed, and it's, you know, the jaws just kind of, like, hanging loosely. You ask your question, and it just kind of, like, stares through you, and it begins to answer. The orc entered the room with Carnal. They held a knife to Carnal's throat, and you can corroborate there is a slight, like, cut in Carnal's neck.
Not a killing wound.
The orc demanded that I hand over the ruby, which I did, and then Carnal took the knife and attacked me. I protected myself, and he grabbed me and stabbed me. It all went black. And the corpse begins to shake again
That son of a bitch.
and falls back.
Alright, so we're looking for an orc with a ruby. Who Amorous didn't know.
Okay, so the
Right.
question is now not who killed Amorous, it's who killed Carnal and took the ruby.
Yeah, and who was
Controlled
controlling
Carnal.
something, yeah.
Hmm.
Cast a spell on Carnal.
Hmm.
But again, was someone that Amorous didn't know by name, so.
Okay. That's a great detail.
You all can write on this page, by the way. Like, this is yours. Feel free to type on this map.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I
but
should have.
I'm making my own notes, but
Same.
it's probably smarter to write it on the page for everybody to see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Work by name.
I think Shannon, if you have a question, go ahead.
You said that around Amorous's body, it looked like there were like squiggle marks, like writing almost, or
Yes.
whatever. I want to know, like, was that like a defensive spell, or did you write Nick did it?
Yep. That is definitely Andy who wrote that.
Oh, that's perfect. I fucking love. No, I want to know like around the body, like the symbols around the body, like, and also not just around there, but I want to see if there's a pattern or whatever. Like if I can see, if I can like if it does look like writing, is it anywhere else in the room? But like I want to know, like, is it a spell? Is it what is
Great
it?
question. As you look around the room, and look at study the blood just looks
Mhm.
like it's been smudged, like in an effort to pick up a bunch of it, like smudged on fingers.
Huh?
And as you inspect around the room, your cunning, excuse me, selkie eyes catch a glint of blood um, on the frame of the mirror that is tattered into pieces, as there are lots and lots of cut marks right behind where the mirror would have stood. And as you inspect the various like completely shredded parts of the frame of the mirror with lots of glass laying on the floor, you see that there are smudges of blood all around the frame in the form of runes, patterns.
I'm gonna point those out to Merrick and be like, do these runes or patterns mean anything to you? Do you recognize any of these?
Do you have a way of understanding that magic, Merrick?
Patterns and runes. I mean, I do have detect magic prepared. Maybe I could tell what type of runes they are, and then maybe I could spout lore from
Ooh.
potentially from other runes and other things, maybe from Gorthank's diary.
Okay,
I guess
yeah.
it's on areas in the Ravenlands, but maybe if somebody has interacted with something like this before.
Yeah. I'm cool with this being a follow-up question. Like I do want to encourage follow-up questions, like to get at more detail. So yeah, give me a spout lore. I don't like detect magic would have noted the symbols here if you had used it.
Mhm.
It would have been another
Right.
way to arrive at some magic was done on the
Essentially the
mirror.
same conclusion. Yeah.
Yeah. But unless it's active, I don't think it'd tell you anything.
7.
Um
Although if I'm able to use Gorthank's diary, that becomes an 8. I don't know if that makes a difference.
Sure. No, it's still a partial success. Something useful or something interesting. It's on you to make it useful. Where would you have seen symbols like this before?
Oh, we have 2 magical types of enemies.
Yeah, well, even more than that. Um,
So
Fuck.
many.
yeah, you've seen some marks similar to this, and in fact, it's Basil. You can kind of confer with this. Like you go, hey, does this look like stone singing a little bit to you? And you note that some of the marks have a similar grain pattern as some stone singing you've seen. So movement is a theme of related to the magic, but it is still quite different. But a
I
couple
have a theory.
of the patterns look like they have to do with moving things. Okay. So that
Okay.
was Wick, Basil, Cacophony, and now you, Merrick?
Yes. I think I would want to go.
Speak with Dad. Carnal, who
No,
kills
no,
me?
no. I have not prepared to speak with that. I prepared other things, but that might come into play a little bit later. I think I would go examine the demon corpse at this point.
So
Or
that
it
is
in another
actually
area?
being actively moved to a different location, the dissection chamber.
So that's like next round we can worry
yeah,
about that?
yes.
Okay.
So like,
Well, then I'm going to go over to. I'm going to go over to the mirror itself.
Mm.
I'm reading through something to see how I can pose this. All right. I think I would go. Ooh. All right. You're going to like this one, Nick.
Excellent.
I think I would go cast one of my spells.
Sure.
Do it when I would touch the mirror and I would cast the spell Words of the Unspeaking.
Whoa. Please link that for me and roll cast a spell.
that sounds amazing.
Oh, shit.
That's
Yeah,
a
14.
fucking 14 here. When you, with a touch, you speak to the spirits within things. The non-living object you touch answers 3 questions you pose as best it can. Okay, you touch the mirror. What do you ask the mirror?
I'd look directly at the mirror and I would want to say, this is the part where the hard part though, asking the right
Yeah,
question.
sound it out. Maybe saying it out loud will help, but I'll
Mm.
wait for you to confirm.
I want to know who marked it with the runes, because that would tell us a lot about who was behind at least the portion of the cover up. So maybe it would be like,
Well, the
Can you
mirror
tell
won't
me-
know a name, right? It'll
Right.
confirm that the orc did something. So
Mm.
what we should ask it is, what did the runes do to you? Because if the mirror's
we
a
could-
distraction and it just moved the wall,
You get 3 questions, so
let's start with that one. I like that
We
question.
could also, sorry, just real quick. We could also
Oh.
ask the mirror if it knew, or if Carnal knew the name of the other orc.
how would a mirror know a
Yeah.
name?
If Carnal had said it, or if it had been in the room before.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, the mirror, notices visual details. Maybe it noticed something that,
Yeah. Is there any distinguishing marks about the one who
Yeah, there you go.
cast magic on you, or?
I mean, if our suspect
All right,
were
all right.
looked in the mirror,
All right. Question 1
It's
is
a
going to
reflective
be.
surface, yeah.
But yeah, I know. That's why I said you're gonna like this one. That was my thought too. Question 1 will be, describe the one who marked you in blood.
You catch a glimpse of a vision of an orc figure with pale skin rushing. Like you don't see what's behind him, but whatever is behind them is like you can't see it, but you see this figure like moving around, like waving their hand, looking back quickly, shouting something, but you can't hear anything. And it is a pale orc with yellow eyes. They are wearing non-orc clothes, like a sort of very nice tunic.
So pale orc.
And they are extremely attractive. Like, they are, they just
It's
have
like that dwarf
very-
in the cottage, right?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, that dwarf was not very attractive though, but
Oh.
they did have yellow eyes. You have 2 more questions. Nice DVDs.
Show
It's
me.
an orc man, right?
those nice duds.
Confirm that.
Yeah,
Nope, that's a nice DVD collection. Is what you've written
I
down.
agree.
Dude.
Show me the moment. Show me the moment you were shattered.
Yeah, so you see like it's the same vision. The orc is like hurriedly like moving down towards the bottom of the mirror with the rune inscriptions, and they suddenly like step into your vision, like into the mirror. And the demon, it comes into view. I haven't described it yet, but I will when we go to the dissection chamber. But you just see this hand with 3 long black, like nails, like blades that are like feet long, just come and like slice through the vision, and the vision just like shatters. And it literally, to you standing here touching the mirror, looks like the mirror shatters, but it cracks, shatters, and pieces are falling down the surface of the mirror. But this mirror is still intact.
One more question, guys. Maybe something about what it saw before the pale orc with yellow eyes showed up there.
Hang on,
Maybe it-
wait. You're saying the mirror that we are messing with right now is fully standing?
No,
and
this is like
not
a
dead.
shard that Merrick is like holding.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I did not
Yeah.
articulate that. Good call.
That's fine. So I imagine we're going to be able to find this pale orc with yellow eyes among the bodies. We
Let's
found
see.
out. Go ahead, John.
Among the bodies?
Yes. Seems like the demon already killed him or her or whoever it was.
Did they teleport into the mirror? They stepped through the mirror.
Okay, so I missed that description a little bit. So they stepped through the mirror and then the mirror got shattered by the demon?
That's what it appeared to you. Like
Okay.
the person was
That-
scribbling all around the mirror, and then they just like moved towards you, and it looked like they moved through the glass from your perspective.
Yeah. So they went probably, John's not the most adept spellcaster in real life. Make that distinction.
If you are, you gotta let us know.
Of course. But chances are it went out to a different mirror that'll have similar markings somewhere. You don't just go through a portal and not go anywhere. There's no mirror dimension, right, ApolloNik?
I recently
Maybe.
rewatched Doctor Strange. Who knows?
Oh, God.
You haven't seen one,
There
though.
was also a mirror dimension in Doctor Who, so
Do we have any other questions? I mean, this gave us a big tidbit of information.
Yeah, we have physical identifiers now.
Yeah, I'm okay with waiving the third question because I don't think I have anything for it.
Okay. Orc no
That's
name.
around.
Yes,
There
coffee.
is now.
Okay. So that concludes round 1. I'm gonna reserve the right to give you all a round in the morning. I have not like play tested this and I don't know if 4 rounds is going to be exactly enough. We'll play it by ear, but for now let's say 4. So, you all each get to select a new location that you'd like to go for the next round. Feel free to discuss how you would like to distribute yourselves to the various locations. So just to recap, there is, lots of locations within Galler Hall that we can see down here in this bottom list, including like the Court of the Curators. That's just like where you go at the end of this. There is everyone's, all of the curators' quarters to talk to them. You've already were in Amorous Iris's quarters. You can go to the steward's quarters. There's a detention block, the dissection chamber, and then if you have like lots of general questions or want to access records, history, materials, etc., the library itself and the circulation desks are available to you. And then out in the town at large is the West Gate, the Thirsty Philosopher Tavern and Inn. There is a Shrine of Clear outside. Ether Rose, Rose being Carnal's ex, she is currently getting rest at her home in the Windshear Tenements. And then if you have basically any other question like that we think might be appropriate to just ask like the lay people, there's the market or the town, or if you want to go like buy something for some reason, there's a market. And then there's a couple other locations to unlock when we think about it.
So I know Basil's going to want to go talk to the elf that they caught on the premises that's in the dungeons, because he's kin and because he probably noticed some shit, even though we know that he's not necessarily a suspect.
He was probably looking for the ruby, right?
Well, exactly. So we want to find out more about that. And I think finding out more about this unknown thief might be useful as well, just to buy some goodwill with some of the other curators and maybe learn some information as well.
Yes. So what you know about the thief is there's just been a lot of thieving going on in Galler Hall, but also like around town. There's a lot of folks who've been.
Oh, so like other non-library people have been the victims of the theft as well. Okay,
Lots of
got it.
breaks in at various homes.
Cacophony, do you want to team up for elf and thief research? All right.
yes, please.
To the dungeon.
Okay, well, they go to the dungeon, without... they just leave us in America. I was like, wait, shouldn't we confirm before... Okay, they're gone.
Time is money.
So, it is of Wick's belief that he should stop getting messaged by random people on Discord. That... One, he can cast telepathy today. So he's going to slap that on Merrick real quick. That way we can metagame harder. And two...
I mean, I was going to encourage you all to metagame anyway, and part of each round is like meeting up and comparing notes.
This guy was from out of town. So Wick wants to chase the suspect. And he still believes that if you go through a magical portal, you have to come out somewhere. And Carnal is apparently a lot more insidious than we thought, having cold-bloodedly stabbed a woman to death. So now I want to go talk with Rose and be like, hey, was Carnal a secret bad boy that you got involved with? And, you know, are you involved with this somehow?
Oh my god, you're going to go talk to Rose, huh?
I need to talk to Rose, unironically.
Okay.
Or Rose.
If she has seen Carnal, apparently who works here now. I didn't even know he could get a job.
Don't forget, characters are going to react differently based on who they're talking to.
Well, I wanted, like, Cacophony to go, but she's already fucking dipped. Which...
I talk to the thief. I want to compare notes.
What do you mean you're going to talk to the thief?
The elf?
We're going to the dungeon.
Oh, the dungeon. Oh, okay.
That's the elf. The we don't know the thief yet. We're gonna also find out about the thief.
Yeah. You know that whoever this elf is broke in and was caught. Broke into Galler Hall.
Yep.
And he also would have said they did not register at the gate. They must have snuck into the city as well.
This is unknown magic. By an orc, and... So, I'm torn, guys, because...
Tell you what, if there are people who know what they want to do, like, we can leave the decision of where else other people want to go until after those... Like, I
want to talk about it. Okay. Can we not talk about it?
That's fine.
Jesus. You just want to push us along down red herrings, Nick.
You're the one that's constantly wanting to move forward, John. I'm just trying to help.
This is true. He makes a valid
Normally
point.
It's fine, but now we have two people who just left. All right, so murder mystery. Let's put on our thinking caps for a moment. Orc, yellow eyes, cast a magic spell to teleport that is not known teleportation. We have a curator of magic named Undulating Embers, who, although is assisting us, everyone's a suspect, right?
True.
So if
we can rule them out though, because Amaris would have known Embers.
Yeah, but he could have gotten a mook to do it, right?
I guess, yes.
Who, like an apprentice who's got something to prove, who now has access to crazy magic that doesn't...
A dedicant?
There is a path there. So I want somebody to go talk to Rose. Because she knew Carnal the best out of everyone, I believe. I don't know who wants to do that, but obviously it cannot be me. Because I vouch for that guy. Oh man, I thought he was a cool guy, guys. And then I realized my mistake.
I'll never say anything nice about Carnal, especially to Rose. So unless that would be helpful in interrogating Rose, like, would it be good to have someone who doesn't like Carnal?
Good cop and worst cop.
I mean, that or I go and ask the people on the marketplace, like, hey, were all your thievery right next to mirrors?
Ooh.
I mean, we can create a pattern here.
Yeah. You can data mine the whole town and be like, everyone who's had a mirror broken, come tell me about it.
Basically, yeah.
Not a mirror broken, but just a large mirror with blood marks on it.
Yo,
Yeah.
who got your shit stolen? I'm investigating.
I
I
think that's
think
a
I
good
might
move.
do that. Just to get
This
a
is
bigger...
this is only round one. We're trying to scare
Yep.
up data before we can start to make better
I
decisions.
would happily go with Vic in that endeavor. But there are two of us in each location to give us a better chance of what's going on. Because I want more information about this teleportation and about the thievery, and then if we get that information, maybe we have a better place to direct our next question.
Okay.
All right, round one.
Okay. All right. Let's go with Andy down into the dungeons. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just saying, Basil and Chives and Cacophony are flashing their badges at every checkpoint.
Yes. Yeah.
Flipping the bird straight into the faces of guards as they move aside.
Yeah.
Coffee definitely wants to abuse her small amount of power.
Yeah. There's a lot of like, hey, stop right there. Oh, go right ahead. And then they'll like look at you with a scowl and like hands on hips when you flip them off.
I assume Cacophony would be like stealing shit, and if someone said anything, showing them the badge and be like, "Fucking do something, asshole!"
I see something shiny, I take it. I'm gonna be like, "This is part of my investigation, ongoing. Here's my badge," and then I put it into my pocket.
So you head down the stairs into the basement floors of Galler Hall. It kept cool and dry, stone everywhere, and you come to the isolation floor or the detention block. Which is a floor plan with like, you know, kind of a spider floor plan with 8 rows of isolation chambers. Iron doors and bars separate each chamber from the hallway, and the chambers appear to be used for the sick and the detained alike. Many sconces with candles and oils keep the space well lit, though little light makes it into each of the cells themselves. Say that 5 times fast. And as you are led by one of the guards who's grumbling about how rude you all are, how entitled you all are as deputy inquisitors, he leads you to a cell where there's none other than a voice that you immediately recognize, and it is Dank Dew. Oh, hey, what up, guys? Is my horse okay?
How this guy... What?
How the fuck did he beat us here?
Yeah, how did he get here so fucking quick?
Hey guys, is my horse okay?
We were on the same road. He never overtook us at any point. What? Fuck this guy.
He left before you. Like, he got here yesterday. Like, you all rested the night. He left as soon as you all went to go meet up with Flo.
I'm gonna quote Greg Hansen and say, "Horses can't be ridden as hard as you think they can."
Can I trap him in a lie and be like, "How was your mirror trip to this place?"
Huh?
Okay, never mind.
I don't know what that's about. You tell the guard to fuck off and give you some privacy, and he's like, yeah, Tender Robin ordered me to like come right away and see if I could recover the ruby myself, you know, try and not give them a chance to bury it. And I tried to sneak in. I got into the city all right last night, but then they caught me yesterday evening, sneaking into the halls. I wasn't really sure where I was going, what I was looking for, and a guard cornered me.
Did you see or hear anything out of the ordinary before you were caught?
Before you ask questions, I'm going to need you to roll your 2d6 plus 1.
Yeah.
Oof, that's a 6.
so
7.
7.
7.
Oh, 7, yes. So that is a partial success. So each of you gets to ask me a question. Each of you who are here get to ask me a question.
All right, Cacophony, huddle.
Right. Okay.
So
we know that he got in. We know that he wasn't successful getting the ruby. So obviously so by just we can deduct that he's obviously not working with the yellow eye to work. Otherwise, the yellow-eyed orc might have found if there's a mirror dimension or whatever, like might have found a way to get her or his partner out, right? Is the yellow-eyed orc a male or a female? Did we disclose gender? Does it matter?
All we know is that they're attractive.
Nice.
I mean, it's also like you can't tell. They have very androgynous
Got it.
features.
Okay. So,
I mean, if David Bowie were an orc, they would look like that.
so nice. I am about it.
You know, David Bowie is in fact an orc.
Isn't he the orc king?
I use is
the Goblin
Goblin King. Sorry,
I use is because he is definitely still alive.
He and Tupac
and
are
Elvis.
living on an island. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we know that, or we can assume that Dank Do and the gorgeous David Bowie yellow-eyed orc are not
in cahoots.
Homies. They're not in cahoots. So we have to wonder, okay, we know how Dank Do knew about the ruby. How did the yellow-eyed orc know about the ruby? And why did they want it?
Like, who did he tell on the way?
Right, exactly. Like, is
wait, are we assuming that Amaris was the one who stole it from the elves just a couple days ago, and where they killed the Ents and everything?
If it was delivered to her, I would have to assume that, like, she was behind it. Yeah, like trying to collect it. Like I would have to assume like she's the baddie here.
So maybe we want to ask him how he knew to go into Gellerhall in the first place, or like who he was looking for.
Well, we knew that the orcs took it, so that's how he knew to go to Gellerhall.
Okay.
So like what's important here? Like, what do we ask Dank Do?
He might be at dead end.
I'm gonna add one other piece of like just general information that you would have gotten, and he'll say, yeah, like after I got arrested, some important lady came and interviewed me, and I told her like that her people took our artifact. It seemed to really upset her, and there was some other weird stuff that happened. Like she took off. Some other orc was down here and like cried after her, and he seemed really upset. She didn't talk to him, but later she came back and ordered his release.
Wait, was Dank Do caught? What's the timeline here of Dank Do's capture in relation to the murder?
Good question. That is going to count as a question, though.
Okay, I think that might be useful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he arrived here like yesterday afternoon and was promptly caught in the evening.
Okay.
And
so
then
before the murders.
Yes.
Okay.
He was promptly interrogated, and then the murder happened, like that night.
Amaris?
So then, who ordered him to be released?
Dank Do was not released. Someone else was.
The
other person that was shouting after the person who interviewed him.
So we need to find out if it was Amaris who interviewed him, and then
who was released.
I think it was Amaris who interviewed, but yeah.
What did the person who was released look like?
I'm gonna just extrapolate that to who were the people that were in this scene.
Correct.
Yes. So yes, the woman that he describes is Amaris Iris. Amaris Iris came down here and interviewed him, asked him like questions about like what he was doing. He was open and honest with her, but defensive. But she seemed to be very upset about what he was saying, but not upset at him. So like he shared more and more, and she started fuming and left. Some other orc who I'm not sure you would quite know who this is yet, but he like describes the voice and what some of the things the person says. He'll say like it sounded like he really missed her, and like he's like, I know it seems like I betrayed you, but I didn't. And
was she in the jail cell too?
So it was
and then Yeah, I don't know. Like, could have been a lover. I don't know.
Buds of Spring.
Maybe
Did you
that.
hear anything about Buds of Spring?
No, she didn't. She didn't say anything to him until much later. And oh well, now that you mention it, yeah, maybe she did call him Bud, but I didn't make anything of it at the time. I thought she was just like, "Hey, Bud, let's go." But yeah, maybe it was Buds. Okay, yeah. It was Buds. So yeah, she came back later after a couple hours and released him.
Okay, so he was in jail when you got there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was going on about like something about like the documents, they're all there, like they got changed, he's being framed. He wasn't really making a lot of sense.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah. He just seemed like he was kind of a crazy person. And you know me, I'm just like trying to keep a chill vibe, so I was just like hanging out, trying to tune it all out. But boy, was he loud. Yeah.
I take a pre-rolled joint off of Chives. He had one behind his ear, and toss it to Dank so that he's got something to occupy his time.
Mark off one use of halfling pipe leaf, please.
Got it.
And he like takes it and he like he looks very grateful and he's like, yeah, you got a light?
Oh, I don't think I have any. I was just bullshitting. We add pipe leaf, and I forgot.
It's in the bag of holding, I think. No.
Oh yeah.
Okay, mark one use. So who is gonna mark one use of that off?
It is not in the bag of holding.
Oh shit.
It should have been. We talked about it the last time because you got a bunch from. Yeah,
Was I
you got some
supposed
from
to
him.
add it to my inventory and I just forgot?
I don't
It's
know.
possible.
You might have used it all with Mar the dwarf.
No, because it was something we were like. Take it. I
Are
thought
we
that it was
really
something we were
arguing
doing.
about fictional weed?
Yes,
Yes, we are.
man.
Yes.
Jesus.
So important.
So-
Speaking of
Alright.
fictional weed, I feel like I
Anyway.
want to go get my pen.
So you've encouraged us to metagame here, right, Nick?
Yeah, absolutely.
So based on this conversation, I'm led to believe that that Iris didn't know the ruby was stolen until after she talked to Dank Dude. Because the moment the information about the ruby was conferred to her, she started getting pissed and then more pissed.
That is correct.
Okay.
So who stole the ruby?
There was a 6-hour time period between Carnal murking her and Bud's getting released if she died at midnight? If he got caught in the early evening or in the evening?
Yeah, it was like he got caught in the afternoon, interrogated in the afternoon, and then she came back in the evening and released Buds, and then like it was around midnight, like very late, that
So the
The
killer
demon
had a
appeared.
4 to 8, no, even less than that, 3 to 4 hour window to find out she had the ruby, and then to get Carnal to get him access into this room. That's
We're
not a
missing
lot of time.
We're missing a step there.
Yeah, who told?
Because
where's the
how-
information breach?
No, the information breach is the step we're missing is how did she get the ruby? She didn't even know about the ruby at the time that she interviewed Dank Dude.
To my understanding of how the Orc
ruby.
Society works, is that when pilgrims go out to pillage magical shit, they bring it back to this massive tower so that someone can claim it and study it in like a communal way.
Mhm.
That is, I mean, quite literally, Cacophony walked up to a desk and stole a magical item that was just sitting in a bin.
She did. You're right. Okay, yeah. It
So-
was just like a collection bin.
If a pilgrim showed up, put it somewhere so someone could like analyze it. If a curator comes down and suddenly pulls her weight, now I'm wondering who wants to keep the ruby, because that's our motive, right? The motive is who wants the ruby. And if we're assuming that the yellow-eyed orc is not a shapeshifter, then they were given the order to do this, and that person has some knowledge in demonology. So, who does that connect us to? Who knows demonology enough to teach like a patsy to commit this crime to get the ruby?
You're thinking embers.
I'm still thinking embers.
No.
But I don't know anything about moonlight or starlight.
Starlight is
Are we missing a curator? Wasn't there some fascist dude?
Starlight is the
That
fascist.
is witnessed by Starlight, yes.
Oh, okay. What a dumb name. Okay,
Oh.
well, let's go and
I'm
beat
just not
him
gonna
up
take it
later.
personally.
Let's go
Your name
investigate the
generators.
market there, Wick.
Yeah, let's go to the market.
Okay,
Nick.
you guys are going to the market together?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Let me pull up some market music, and I'll need a 2d6 plus 1 roll from y'all.
That's on you, Brian.
You got it.
2d6 plus 1. And don't forget the 1.
Oh, it's in there. We got a
Oh,
7.
we got a
We're
7.
partial.
Okay, another partial success. So each of you gets to ask a question. So let me just add some texture here, just some general information. There are a lot of rumors going around, and a lot of talk. You overhear people in the market talking about how this is the second curator in as many years who have died. They're just getting picked off, and people are talking about like, wow, well, Buds of Spring got cheated out of Moonlight's position as a curator. Maybe this was revenge. Maybe he was jealous. Well then, why wouldn't he have killed Moonlight then? And if he was clearly going to get caught, this certainly wouldn't have helped him become a curator. And then there's people that are like, yeah, I heard Carnal got his job back or got a job back in Galler Hall, and that dude like they knew he was demon touched, so like obviously it was him. So there's a lot of blame going around. The other thing that people are talking about is that there was a great performance last night at the Salience Amphitheater by none other than the Bard. And you hear people go like, "Oh my God, were you at the amphitheater to see the Bard?" "Yeah, man, I was. That show was so rad." "Oh, it was so rad, dude. It was so rad." "Awesome. Yeah, it was. I had a great time. I'm feeling like super like jazzed up. Like never felt better." So there's just like lots of chatter going on around people.
Are we
I
supposed
say
to
we,
know
I say
who
we
the
pin
bard
this
is?
crime on people who say the word rad too much.
Seconded.
Yes, fair enough. I mean, I don't think any of you have heard of the Bard, but we all who are storytellers in this show, we know who the Bard is.
Well, if you give me permission to metagame.
I mean, the Bard is a sexy battle wizard,
Nice.
Marigal.
Yes.
Is she a sexy battle wizard orc?
No.
Well, she's got a kid here somewhere.
True.
Oh. Hey, where your kids at? We need to go talk to her, Merritt.
Yep.
Okay, so that's just kind of like the general information you get by visiting the market. What are each of your questions? And/or is there anything you want to buy?
Narratively, I would be remiss if I did not ask who this bard was. So I think that I want Wick to catch up in the meta narrative of like who the bard is, of like this yellow-eyed performer.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like hand that one to you all. Like you all learn like, yeah. Well, but here's what people tell you: the bard is a traveling musician who's sexy as fuck, who goes around jamming and having some of the best concerts ever. They somehow have been able to travel through the lands, despite the blood mist. And they will occasionally just show up and be like, "Yo, I'm having I'm performing in a day. Like, we're selling tickets. Everyone come." And like, no one has had a bad experience at a Bard concert.
Damn.
The general, like, no one knows that the Bard is a sorcerer, though. Oh, a wizard.
Okay.
Like, they
Wow.
think they are a Bard. But that will not count as your question.
Okay. I originally came here to ask about the theft, the THEFTS,
Mm-hmm.
the thievery, and if there is a connection between that and mirrors. So, is there a connection between mirrors and all the shit that's being stolen?
You start asking around and are looking for people who, you know, have experienced thefts, and you get a couple people that come forward and share information, like jewelry's being stolen, weapons are being stolen, valuables. One person claims that, like, yeah, I had a mirror stolen, and you're like, oh my god, sir, tell me more. And he's like, yeah, my wife's hand mirror. It was like really ornate. I got it for our 20th anniversary because she like loves to do her makeup. And this hand mirror, it just had like this gold, and he's just going into describing this like really ornate hand mirror, and you're like, fuck off, dude, I don't care. Because you're looking for like a full length mirror.
All right, well, we got the Bard information.
Fair enough. Merrick.
All right. I want to scan this marketplace. And in every situation like this, there's that one person that seems like they're there and they're kind of paying attention but not paying attention. Like, they're not the person that's boisterous and yelling out and like, hey, buy my goods. They're the one who's kind of standing back and kind of looks like they have the know of everything. And if I see some type of person like that, then I want to go and ask them some questions. Maybe slip them some coin and talk about and see if they know or have seen this pale orc with the yellow eyes that I've seen in that vision. Is this like a charisma roll for me to be able to try to look around there?
So the question you want to ask is, has anyone seen someone that fits the description of this orc?
Yeah.
Okay, you don't need to pay for that or anything.
Okay.
But you just get that question, and I will answer honestly.
Okay.
No. No one has seen this person. No one knows of an orc with yellow eyes. That's, I mean, like, maybe hazelnut, maybe green.
From out of town.
Possibly.
Orcs from out of town?
Yeah, but no, yeah.
They say that orcs are from here.
Hmm.
I mean, I guess
All
like
right.
some orcs could have, you know, survived elsewhere among the blood mists, and you know, if there were enough of them, they say, and they go, you need a population of what, like 30 some people to make it not.
All right, we
weird.
slap them in the face,
And-
Inquisition style.
Yep.
All right,
And
we
on
gotta
the
go
way
talk
out-
to this fucking Bard.
On the way out, I buy a shield.
Excellent. You have a shield. Go ahead and pay for it.
I will.
Okay. All right, that is round 2.
Round 1, right?
What's that?
Wasn't the office free?
Okay. Well, sure. Yes, that's fine.
All right, I remember that. So
Okay.
I'm wondering if I'm gaslighting you now.
No, this is fine.
No,
Let's
you were right.
well, we will call this next round round 2.
Okay.
Where's everyone headed?
this amphitheater, I guess.
Well, since
Excuse me.
okay,
Bless you.
so it's either to go talk to Buds of Spring or to go talk to Carnal's ex Lady Love.
Perfect.
Why not both? We could, you and I could split and each take one,
Oh, okay.
or stay as. No, we're better as a team. Let's stay as a team. Let's.
How do we get them together?
We're gonna fail every fucking roll if we go alone. Let's do.
Did you get along with Carnal's ex-girlfriend? Were you guys friendly?
I don't
Did
say
you
nice
meet her?
things about Colonel. I don't remember really. I remember it when we first met Rose that like John like power gamed through a conversation with her dating simulator style to try and get her to take Carnal back so that we can
Yeah.
move our plan forward. So
That's so funny.
Okay, so
I think Buds is our next lead, isn't it? Because that's the guy that
yeah, he was the other person in the cell.
yeah, he was in the prison, so that might be the next place.
Okay, yeah. Well, okay, we'll make our way to Carnal's ex-girlfriend for sure. But
Come on.
I do think that Buds of Spring, I think you're right. I think that's the next.
Buds is next.
I
Okay.
think I want to go to the dissection chamber.
What do we get from the corpse of the demon?
It's not necessarily the corpse of the demon. It's Plum and Palm. I want to talk to him.
Okay,
wanna
I don't
learn-
think they have anything to do with this anymore.
Maybe they don't, but I want to learn a little bit more about the demon. Learning more about the demon may give me more information I need to discern what's going on with why the demon's there, whether it was summoned by this orc and that went awry. Something is going on with the demon, and I don't have enough information to feel like I know what it is. Do you need me there to talk to Marigold? If you do,
No.
then I can wait around.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
I mean, like, the hell?
The music.
Never mind. No, it's someone slamming shit below me in my apartment. Okay, it's fine. Do your thing.
Look at
Okay. Why don't we start with Basil and Cacophony again? You two are still together?
Yeah, I think we're going to team up. We want to go talk to Buds of Spring and find out what they know.
Oh.
Since apparently they're
Yeah. No one knows where Buds of Spring is.
interesting.
Yeah, he was arrested for snooping around in the like restricted sections and like accessing like records after hours in Galler Hall. So he was locked up, and then at some point under Amorous Iris's orders, he was released. Like there were witnesses to that, guards, like when she released him, which corroborates what Dank Do told you. And then people saw them like going up to her chambers together. And then the demon appeared, and no one knows where he is.
So wait, is Buds of Spring the sexy fucking orc that we're okay? Well, anyway. She didn't recognize the orc, so it wasn't Buds of Spring. All right, okay. Basil, you can track, no? You're a tracker. You're like an awesome tracker.
Can I track Buds, Nick?
Yes, this would be a revisit to Amorous
Clemency.
Iris's quarters.
Is Buds of Spring in there and dead? Is there another body that we didn't see?
No.
Right.
Well,
Might be inside the corpse of the demon that Merrick is about to find.
Oh, okay.
why don't we then maybe switch it up and go to Merrick while you all think about like
Yeah.
where do we want to go and what do we want to ask? Okay.
Yes, please. Thank you.
All right. So
Meanwhile, at the dissection chamber.
yeah. So Wick, are you going with Merrick or are you doing your own thing?
I'm on my own.
Okay. All right. So Merrick, you. Oh, I gotta switch up the music again here because it does not sound like a town in there. Let's get Alchemist Lab going. Hell yeah. Okay. You enter a large room with tool benches and shelves, medical and alchemical supplies stocked in plenty around. In the center is a long table with the body of a demon on it. You've been in this room before, by the way. Like this is where Undulant Embers like made the exchange with you all for the head of Grelf. You observe one large wound in this demon's body, straight through its head, a very skilled strike. And there, the man you earlier witnessed Undulant Embers praise for slaying the beast, with a purple cloak and protective leather gear on, performing an autopsy on the creature. His face covered with a sort of leather mask that facilitates filtered airflow, perhaps with charcoal, and large spectacles on. There are many lights in this room illuminating his work, and you can see this demon in full and clear detail here. It appears like a mummified humanoid in shape with dry and cracked red, like maroon leathery skin, very velvety red color. It is hairless with massive hands and feet that have razor, like very long razor fingers and toes protruding from its already long fingers. So these nails are black, not quite obsidian, like a grayish black. I do want to distinguish them from some of the Veiler stuff and Wick's blade stuff that we've seen. But they are just these like long 2 to 3 foot blades coming out of each like finger. Its face, however, is not humanoid. The head swells out large, much larger than that of a human, and rather than a face, there is simply like a pale white round mass that like for the whole head, and it has the texture of brain matter. There are no eyes, no nose, no mouth. It is just a oval shape with a lumpy texture to it. Off to the side are implements of mundane surgical tools that are all bent and ruined. Meanwhile, this individual, Plum and Palm, is operating with a silver set of tools. He instructs you to not come too close, and that he has work to do. So if you have questions, get on with them.
Is this when I roll my 2d6?
Yes, please do.
Big money.
Big no.
Oh shit, that's a 2.
This is me getting my bad roll out of the way and not fuck yours up, John. We're good.
Thanks.
Okay. You're gonna get very, very limited information here. What is your question?
I think I would attempt to cast a spell and detect any magic on it. Or I would ask, I don't know, sometimes we say stuff and you give us stuff for free. What are do we identify the other bodies? The other people who died?
So yeah, that one's free. It's just a bunch of guards and other
Right.
staff that got caught in the path.
Yeah, so in other words, Buds of Spring is not among the dead.
No.
So that gives us that information. All right. I would cast Detect Magic if I am able to cast it and try to see what information I can glean if there's any magic left from the summoning of this demon as residue on his body.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your spell. Nice.
Pass.
So as soon as you cast this spell,
1-1.
Plum and Palm is like, what are you doing? You could tamper with my investigation, with my autopsy. But you are quickly glancing over the demon, and, you know, lots of demons are just like kind of innately magical. Like they have many special
Mm-hmm.
properties. But there's nothing particularly special as you like take a very quick glance over
Mm-hmm.
this corpse as Plum and Palm is like, please leave, and ushers you out of the room.
Hmm.
So nothing in particular here.
You could get him fired, Merrick. You're the
Oh,
fucking Inquisitor.
This dude just
I'm
killed a
taking notes.
demon that could have killed, like, destroyed the entirety of Gallarhall. This dude's not
And
getting
now-
fired.
And now he's being a okay.
This dude's a fucking hero. How dare you?
Yeah, this dude, the only guy who seemed to know how to kill a demon. Isn't that
Who does he work for?
Like, he works for Ungel and Embers. That's what who.
Oh,
Oh, he does, huh?
Uh-oh, we're about to
I mean,
execute
he. I
your
mean,
favorite scene.
Embers.
walks
Embers
away with
literally called
questions
him
in his
like my
eyes.
apprentice.
True. Very true. Let's go talk to this bard, Nick.
Mm-hmm.
If we
Okay.
have time.
Oh yeah, it's getting quite late. Why don't we end on that? Andy and Shannon, did you figure out what you wanted to do? Do you have any ideas?
Yeah, sorry, I was muted. I was gonna say, well, if looking for buds would take us back to the room that we were already in, that insinuates that Buds is dead and that the body is somehow gone or whatever. So then I guess it would be going to talk to what's her butt, Rose, what's her face?
Rose Ether.
Ether Rose.
That's the guy.
Rose.
She just goes by Rose for short. I'm so just as a reminder, if you do go back to Amorous Iris's chambers, like that would just get an automatic 10 plus.
We
Oh.
already had that.
Oh, that's right.
That's true.
okay,
That's
'cause if
true.
we go back.
What happens if we were supposed to get a 10 plus?
I mean, you did, and I gave you juicy details on the questions you asked, but you would then get to ask more questions, and they would also have juicy details.
I feel cheated.
Okay.
I got told that souls were stolen and then told to fuck off. Feels
Okay.
bad.
That's fair.
So yeah,
what kind of demon
next-
eats a soul? Or maybe it wasn't the demon that ate the soul. Maybe it was the magic that burned their soul up from using it. Is that a possibility? We don't know.
We don't know
I'm,
demonologists.
again, wildly speculating.
I mean, you guys can go talk to Undulating Embers and be like, how do you summon a demon? Huh?
Oh, okay. All right. Hang on. John, you make a good point.
Going, how do you summon a demon?
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, I did leave out a key detail here because Shannon specifically asked about like how was the blood used, and I somehow completely missed this detail. So yeah, there is writing in blood on Amorous Iris.
Yeah.
And there is also writing in blood on Carnal's body.
Magic.
For Amorous Iris, it is written on her chest, not in a spot where she was stabbed. And this would be you would be familiar with a lot of these patterns because they're a lot of the same patterns that you see on the ritual daggers that the Veilers have.
Interesting.
And
Okay.
Carnal's, however, is on his back, and you have to turn him over to see it. And for Carnal, as you flip him over and see the blood insignia for extraction and soul, or what those patterns are akin to, you also see a mark on his neck, cut with a blade, and it is a pattern for control.
Oh, that's very helpful. Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
We need to think and have a plan starting next week.
Okay. do we want to come back to your turn next week then, and I'll wrap up with?
No, I
Oh.
think we should go with John because so far we've all gotten to go, but John, you still have to go talk to the bard. No, is that unless
Yeah.
if that's what you want to do?
Well, yeah, we gotta
Okay,
chase the suspect.
Do it.
then
Okay.
yeah, let's start with John next week with the bard, and then we can figure out after that.
Okay.
Please.
Okay.
All right. Well, then we can leave it here, and we will come back to finish up round 2 of our investigation of the death of a curator next time on Fable Table. Thanks everybody for watching, and thanks to the cast for engaging me with this kind of weird hack of Dungeon World and Sherlock Holmes.
I like it.
Good.
Yeah. We'll see
I like
everyone
murder mystery shit.
next week with probably the wrap on this. We should have enough time, and we've been making enough progress that I think we'll be in a good place to wrap up this arc and figure out what implications that has for the orcs choosing to help you all. Yeah, I'm really excited to see. So we'll see you all next time. Any plugs anyone wants to give before we head off?
Nah.
Nah.
We
Okay.
good.
All right. Have a good night, everyone. Bye-bye.
I